forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
Shop local, eat local, be local.
Illinois.
Here we go. From the Busch Light Studios, this is ESPN 95.3.
Well, this town is a pigskin paradise.
KERX, Paris, Fort Smith.
Never is a very big word. What are the chances we'll never see you lead another team out of a tunnel?
I don't believe that's going to happen. If I'm going to enjoy it tonight, I don't believe I'm going to coach again.
Hey, this is Darren McFadden. You're listening to The Morning Rush.
Live from the Busch Light Studios.
You're causing a major disturbance on my time.
If I'm here and you're here, doesn't that make it our time?
On your favorite Arkansas sports talk station. Streaming live from hitthatline.com.
There's a lot of lions, tigers, and bears, but there ain't but one razorback. Number one.
This is The Morning Rush.
Borderline erotic.
With Ty Richardson.
Sunshine. That's cool. I can dig it.
And Tommy Kraft.
Do I look happy? What's wrong?
Lloyd!
The Morning Rush starts right now.
It is a football/fast break Friday here on the Morning Rush. We have a ton of things to talk about today. Big news, as you heard, talking with Tom Rinaldi and Urban Meyer following a big-time bowl win for the Ohio State Buckeyes in 2019. He didn't anticipate coaching again. Well, we know that is no longer the case as he accepted the Jacksonville Jaguars' vacant coaching position yesterday. Big-time NFL games this weekend, entering the divisional round of the playoffs. Mac Jones, I want to talk about his journey a little bit. Behind Tua Tagovailoa, behind Jalen Hurts, and then is able to have this type of season, leads the Crimson Tide to a national championship. Speaking of Alabama, you got them tomorrow in basketball. You're wondering who's going to suit up for the Crimson Tide. They're dealing with injuries right now. And then the biggest news, maybe where you want to start this morning. I was
What was that?
What?
That was a week after. That was a week.
I don't want to blow our listeners' ears out this morning.
You ain't got to blow it into the microphone.
Good Lord.
For those who are watching our video live stream on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch, what you can do all day, every day here in halftime, I am suited up in a ref uniform because yesterday, in the midst of pickup basketball, we play at a Boys and Girls Club place here in Fort Smith. There was a lady that came in and said, is there anyone here that can ref some games on Saturday? And everyone else started making excuses. I looked around. I said I'll do it. So we can talk about that coming up as well. Do you want to continue with that? Do you want to talk NFL?
Well, I can tell you one thing. You better learn how to blow the whistle because that.
Well, I didn't want to do it loud because it's.
That's the first thing when we have a new official we got to teach him. You gotta know how to put air in the whistle, man.
Take your head away from the mic and just let it rip.
Oh, it's gonna be loud. I don't want to.
Well, of course it's a whistle. No, that is pitiful. That is the worst excuse of blowing a whistle I've ever heard. Blow it like a man.
Down.
Blow it like a man.
There you go.
Terrible. No. Good God Almighty. My 9-year-old does better. I didn't bring. So you're refereeing basketball tomorrow at the girls' club.
That's what I'm told.
Can you tell me which one, please? What the address is?
It's the one off Old Greenwood right here in Fort Smith, Arkansas. So you're going to see a flawless performance by someone who's never officiated a basketball game.
Okay, I know that's the one right across from Hunts Park. And what time will you be working?
8:45 to I think 12.
Oh Lord,
is that PM? That's PM, right?
I got an alarm set. That's AM.
Oh good Lord!
I got an alarm set for 7:30 tomorrow.
tomorrow at the girls' club.
Yep. Good old.
Can I bring the cooler and the popcorn?
Can you meet me over there about 8:40?
I will be glad to.
Well,
I can't wait to see him huffing and puffing every time he's having to start running up and down the floor.
I'm not worried about that. I play pickup there.
I'm not worried about his physical conditioning. No, I'm worried about his mental conditioning.
You're going to be mentally scarred when you come back in here on Monday.
I'll be okay. So I do appreciate the whistle that you bestowed upon me, the referee shirt, and the shorts.
Now, I've got you more or less fully outfitted for girls' club basketball.
I'm wondering, though, I asked you before, I might have to wear a hat. Surely this is
You do not wear a hat. Have you ever seen a basketball game officiated with someone with a hat on?
Well, I'll have to wear a headband because this hair's going to get in the way.
Okay, same question. Have you ever seen anyone officiate a basketball game, a real basketball game, with a headband
First
on?
time for everything. First time for everything.
There's a reason why these things don't happen.
Well, I have to wear a headband when I play basketball twice a week.
Why don't you wear sweatbands on your wristbands, too, and maybe a watch and some glasses while you're out there?
You got any extra?
He's already
You'll get some
more
goggles,
powerful.
too, while you're out there?
Here's the way I look at it. One, this is a way of me being a good Samaritan. I think that. Two, it's exercise. And three, it gives me an excuse following the conclusion of the games to crack some 12:30 beers. That's how that's how I look at Saturday.
Since it is at the girls' club, at least leave the parking lot.
I'm going to leave. Like I'm talking about, get home.
That's
shower,
kind of the rule in our fraternity. At least get out of the school parking lot before you open the first beer.
Get home, shower, and then indulge.
We get about 50-50 compliance.
Yeah,
on that,
so I want to just make sure. But listen, I've been looking to volunteer some more, and this was an opportunity.
Oh, this isn't a paying gig, huh?
I don't, not what I was told. So if it is, that's just a bonus. I was not expecting to get paid. I'm doing it out of the goodness.
Well, if you're listening now, you won't get paid.
I'm doing it out of the goodness of my heart. Yeah. But I'm really excited about the flawless performance I'm going to put on, and even despite that, the Foot Locker and zebra jokes that are going to be tossed my way.
Is there some way you can quiz him? Like, what's the difference?
Well,
between
I've already asked him about the principles of verticality, offensive initiated contact, legal guarding position.
It's all up here.
Well, I mean, so I've asked him to define some of these things, and he just keeps deflecting with arrogance and pride instead of asking for help.
Tell you what, you're not going to hear on Saturday.
What
You will not hear this sound at all.
Oh, that might be the nicest thing you hear. Trust me, you're going into the Lions Den. You're going to the girls' club. The only thing worse than working at the boys and girls' club is working church league basketball.
That's a good
Prison
point.
league basketball, they treat you nice.
Church league
basketball might be the most brutal environment of all.
I remember saying some obscene things my senior year of high school to some officials during church league basketball, so I can attest that. Yeah. This is a response on our YouTube live stream from Tea Time. He says, have an ambulance on standby for the first mom that beats the crap out of Ty tomorrow.
Good point.
So,
the ambulance is for Ty, by the way.
Well, here's the thing. So I've got this whistle, right? And
first of all, we got to teach you how to wear it around your neck properly. You don't have it on right, and you haven't blown it correctly.
I feel empowered, but as we know,
with great power comes
great
responsibility.
The fact that he's going to wear a headband while attempting to officiate a basketball game clearly is a scream for help.
Listen, I'll be okay, but we missed a little bit of this audio. So Uncle Ben in Spider-Man, he had these words to say, and even though I have this great power that's been given to me, I always have to remember this quote.
Remember, with great power comes great responsibility.
So I have a great responsibility ahead of me tomorrow morning.
You're going to find out it's not nearly as much power as you might think it is. Number one.
If I have to throw a parent out, I will.
Listen, I've been doing this 20 years now, and I've yet to toss a fan. So I mean, if you have to toss one in game one, that's on you, bro. That's on you.
Wielding the power.
Do you have the intestinal fortitude to do it?
Listen, I get on this show every day and go all in, and I'll go all into a fish. Anything I participate in, it's full stop.
My game, I was supposed to be at a NCAA Division II men's basketball game tomorrow. Unfortunately, that game has been canceled due to COVID. So my schedule as of this morning is free. Now, that could change, but I think I will probably set the alarm and get up and
pop over there,
come over and maybe come over and observe some of this, and maybe quietly critique.
I think
there ain't nothing gonna be quiet about me.
I think it's gonna go extremely well, and there's gonna be little to no missed calls on my part. I think it's gonna be.
The overconfidence is.
Can we go? Maybe we just need to go video the game.
Are you going back to BB?
No,
or
I'm right
you're
here.
changing your plans now, aren't you?
I'm definitely changing my plans.
I'll meet
now.
you over there.
Here's what I need. I got to figure out, and I'm gonna have to talk to the people in charge. But I mean, I'm
Oh,
wearing.
you just told everybody you're in charge, though.
Yeah, that's a good point. Well, then I'll just wear a headband or I'll wear a hat because that's what. I mean, listen, this beautiful hair.
Let's go get a haircut.
No, I might get one next week, but I'm not getting one before tomorrow. So we'll talk about some sports coming up here on the Morning Rush. Big news, Urban Meyer, and so much more.
Shop local, eat local, be local. You're listening to the Morning Rush.
The Toyota Tundra and Toyota Tacoma. Load them up with all your favorite stuff.
Don't forget those sleeping bags.
And take off on your next epic weekend. Toyota trucks are made to go anywhere.
Hey, help me with these ATVs.
And do all the things you love doing.
Got one.
And when your day winds down, one thing is for sure.
What a day. Let's come back next weekend.
Absolutely nothing sounds better than an amazing weekend made possible by the virtually indestructible Toyota Tundra and Tacoma.
Qualified buyers can get 0% APR financing for 60 months or a total bonus of $2,500 on a new 2021 Toyota Tundra Special Edition. Toyota, let's go places. Visit buyatoyota.com for details. Offers available in select states and N2121.
RV Show pricing is arriving early at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV wants to invite you to skip the lines and the crowds this year and shop the industry's best brands at Northwest Arkansas's premier RV dealer, and with a lifetime warranty, RV storage, and a mobile service shuttle. Owning a new RV has never been easier. RV Show pricing beginning now at Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV. Harry Robinson Buick GMC has over 200 pre-owned vehicles to choose from luxury to economy and everything in between, including over 50 great vehicles with payments under $250 a month, certain to fit your needs and your budget. And at Harry Robinson Buick GMC, you always get more for your trade. 50 vehicles with payments under $250 a month at Harry Robinson Buick GMC, exit 11 off I-540 in Fort Smith.
Whether you're fishing for coldwater bass on Beaver Lake or Table Rock, or fishing for a trophy brown trout on the mighty White River, the Smithwick Original Suspending Rattling Rogue will catch them. It has that famous rolling action whether it's fished extremely slow or worked fast in heavy current. This rogue suspends, so it will stay in the strike zone longer, allowing you to catch more fish. Available at Walmart, Bass Pro Shops, Academy, LureNet.com, and tackle stores all over the place. The Smithwick Original Suspending Rattling Rogue.
In sports, success is measured in points, wins, and trophies. At Shelter Insurance, we measure success in the quality of our products and services, in our community support, in being there when you need us, and the occasional trophy, like the one from J.D. Power for highest customer satisfaction among auto insurers in the Central Region. For J.D. Power 2019 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards.
As Wade Gilkey in Fort Smith, and about Shelter's home insurance.
Did you invest in real estate only to find out that real estate takes up too much of your time? If you answered yes, then it's time to make a call to the experts. With more than 30 years of combined property management experience and more than 16,000 units managed, Trinity Multifamily are the ones to call. Get your life back. Call Trinity Multifamily at 479-452-1817 or online at trinitymultifamily.com. Trinity Multifamily, your teammate in the real estate game. Fresh means fresh, as in no preservatives. That's right. If it's fresh, it doesn't need to be preserved. Try Jim's 100% premium Wisconsin cheese. Fresh whole milk mozzarella, wood smoked provolone, old world style Romano and Parmesan. The freshest all-you-can-eat salad bar in town. No preservatives and fresh every time. Fresh, fast, Jim's Razorback. At the corner of Greenwood and Gary in Fort Smith.
Happy New Year from Frank Rowe Furniture. Frank Rowe Furniture thanks all of our customers for your business in 2020. We wish everyone a prosperous new year, and may God bless each and every one of you. At Frank Rowe Furniture, we strive to please our customers and carry as many made in the USA brands as possible. We are family owned and have served the River Valley since 1997. We will be praying that everyone has a blessed new year in 2021. Happy New Year from Frank Rowe Furniture. Best seats in the house.
Have your travel plans changed? Looking for a place that's close to home and keep your family safe? Gaston's White River Resort is located on the beautiful White River. They offer private accommodations in their lodges and cabins. Most cabins have a fully equipped kitchen, or let their restaurant staff deliver to your cabin. Call 870-431-5202 and change your plans to Gaston's White River Resort. Gaston's White River Resort, a first-class time every time.
Locally owned Lumber One can handle all of your building needs. They've built their business on having great relationships with everybody from contractors and builders to the everyday build-it-yourself. Lumber One is a full-line door shop to handle all of your door, window, and trim needs. And along with lumber, roofing and drywall products, attic wall and floor insulation is available. Lumber One also does blueprint takeoff with access to design services with estimates available. So go where the pros go. Lumber One, located on Industrial Park Road in Van Buren.
ESPN 95.3. The Morning Rush with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft.
Note drives the paint to the basket, lays it up and in. Note.
Follow us on Twitter at Ty Sports Radio and at Tommy Kraft ESPN.
Arkansas takes on the Alabama Crimson Tide in football tomorrow, 2:30. We'll have pregame coverage beginning here on hitthatline.com as well as ESPN Arkansas. Also want to talk some more Alabama, just kind of the journey of Mac Jones. He goes through, sits out after Jalen Hurts and Tua Tagovailoa, sticks it out, and then it gets to a national championship, wins a national championship, and is a part of one of the best teams in Alabama history. We'll talk about that coming up, as well as what's going on in Jacksonville.
Isn't Friday your big Buffalo Wild Wings day? In Friday's usually when you and your buddies go to Buffalo Wild Wings?
We do. Our Friday night spot is old B-Dubs.
You can go to B-Dubs, or you can tailgate from home and watch games this weekend. And certainly with the playoffs this weekend, you may be wanting to get some great food to watch the games with. Tailgate from home and get your sports on with the Bowl Bundle. You can do this for the playoff games too, starting at $39.99. Feed the crew with 20 traditional wings and 20 boneless wings and large fries. Now, that's 40 wings, so 20 traditional, 20 boneless, and fries. How many would that just feed you, or how many of you and your buddies would 40 wings and fries feed for $40?
Maybe 2.
So that's you're gonna need more than one of those for your crew. So 40 wings, fries, starting at $39.99, and with Buffalo Wild Wings, you can order online or dine in. That's Buffalo Wild Wings. Fort Smith, Conway, Sherwood, Little Rock, and in Jonesboro.
So you heard at the top of our open this statement from Urban Meyer.
Never is a very big word. What are the chances we'll never see you lead another team out of a tunnel?
I don't believe that's going to happen. If I'm going to enjoy it tonight, I don't believe I'm going to coach again.
Well, as of yesterday, Urban Meyer has signed to be the head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, no NFL experience prior to signing yesterday. Tommy, there are 3 football coaches who have won college national titles and the Super Bowl. Our own Jimmy Johnson.
Jimmy Johnson is, yeah.
Do you know the other 2?
Let me think about this for a minute. Barry Switzer's the other one.
That's the other one.
In both Cowboys.
The other one's
Pete
recent.
Pete Carroll would have to be the other one. Yeah.
That's it. So you got some Arkansas connections there. All three Arkansas
all
connections.
Three are Arkansas
and
connections.
Listen, that's the reason Urban Meyer's
Pete Carroll's loose. There he was a GA.
But still.
Switzer and Jimmy. Well, Switzer's from the state, coached on the staff. So obviously Jimmy Johnson's a very strong connection.
I want to see. I saw this yesterday, and I haven't looked at it since. I know the NFL Network said that Charlie Strong was headed to Jacksonville with him. Now, if you remember, Charlie Strong was his defensive coordinator while he was at Florida, and he is an excellent defensive coordinator, the Batesville, Arkansas native, so that would be a rekindling. There's a lot of people that want Urban Meyer to go after Clemson offensive coordinator Tony Elliott, who's getting looked at by the Seattle Seahawks right now and some other NFL franchises. That would seem, if you got Tony Elliott, you would. I mean, you're
drafting
Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, exactly.
So, and that brings up the next question. With the quarterback, and I don't even know if it's a dilemma, because I think the majority, I don't know what the percentage is, but they think that Trevor Lawrence is the more NFL type than Justin Fields. But for Urban's offense, for what he's trying to do, the connection he had. Now, he didn't coach Justin Fields. That's been Ryan Day's quarterback the last 2 years. But you do wonder, with that Ohio State connection, with the Ryan Day connection, does Urban flip the script and draft Fields? And if you're a New York Jets fan, you absolutely want that to happen, I would think.
Yeah, I mean, how much, if any, of a relationship is there between Fields and Urban Meyer? I don't imagine Urban Meyer's been hanging around the facility at Ohio State a lot, so how much of a recruiting relationship was there? I'm sure there is some, but how deep that relationship goes to the point that, hey, we're going to draft this guy over Trevor Lawrence, Fields over Lawrence, I don't know. Now, the question to me is, how much of a gap is there really between these two quarterbacks? That's the thing you got to ask. Forget about relationships and all of these things and who likes who more than the other. This isn't a popularity contest. It's the NFL. So who can run your offense? Who can execute the plays? Who can get you first downs and touchdowns? I don't think the gap's as large as some might want to portray it to be between Lawrence and Fields, but I'm no high-level critiquer of quarterback play. But I think you're going to see a lot of people favor Lawrence, at least in the talking heads and pundits.
I think you want the quarterback that most fits your skill set in terms of the offense you're trying to run. The good thing is Trevor Lawrence, with his athleticism, still would be, I think, a really good quarterback in Urban Meyer's system. I think Justin, though, because he's a little faster and has a little more jitter in him, I think that would probably he'd fit Meyer's offense better. But maybe Urban Meyer's going to have to adjust some things moving to the professional level. We don't know 100% what his offense is going to look like in the National Football League.
And I don't know, this should never be a factor, because when you're, as a GM or a coach, you start listening to those in the stands, you end up sitting in the stands. But you wonder, how much of a tie there is from the Clemson proximity to the Jaguars fan base. I don't know how far that Jaguars fan base spreads out over there. Fields had the connection to Georgia. I don't know how much of a draw one would be over the other in selling tickets. I'm not at all suggesting that should be the reason you take one over the other, but we've certainly seen quarterbacks chosen and players chosen by franchises in a position like Jacksonville because they thought a player could sell tickets. And if they thought Trevor Lawrence was a guy that could sell you a bunch of tickets, and I think there's going to be an appetite for tickets anyway when they open things back up.
Yeah.
I don't think selling tickets is going to be a problem. We've seen franchises make a decision based on that before. Not suggesting that's what they should do, but we've seen it in the past.
And you mentioned Fields being from Georgia, so he would have a large contingency of fans in that area. Trevor's from Alpharetta. I don't remember where Justin's from, but they were, I want to say, within 2 hours of each other as the top two quarterbacks in the that would have been the 2017 recruiting class.
Mm-hmm.
And so they have, maybe it's 2016, but they have that just togetherness and being close and stuff. And I know Justin initially started his career in Athens, then went to Ohio State. Trevor, Alpharetta, it's like 5 hours from Clemson. I just looked it up, so it's not that far. So there is that type of connection that I think is going to be there for them. And I'm excited to see, like, Robert Saleh just got hired by the Jets yesterday. And so what's going to end up happening with those two coaches in their respective jobs? What are they going to do? How much front office power is going to have? Something to watch, and we'll continue on that conversation. Ryan in Hot Springs, we will get to your call coming up here on the Morning Rush.
Real quick, over under 4 years Urban Meyer at Jacksonville.
I'd say under. Could be wrong, though. Maybe he has success. Maybe he joins the elite of Pete Carroll, Barry Switzer, and Jimmy Johnson of winning not only a college football national championship, but a Super Bowl as well. I wouldn't count on that, but I think Urban and Trevor, Urban and Justin, it's going to be fun to watch for a couple years.
Just say, Alexa, play ESPN Arkansas.
ESPN Arkansas from Tuning.
This is Austin Allen, and you're listening to The Morning Rush.
The best deals on hot tubs and endless pools in Fort Smith and Northwest Arkansas is at Burton Pools and Spas. Achieve your health and wellness goals in 2021 with a fantasy spa starting at just $28.95 with 28 selections to choose from. Or the endless pool fitness systems. They give you boundless fitness with swimming year-round. Delivered, installed, and ready to use from Burton Pools and Spas. Burton Pools and Spas in Fort Smith and in Northwest Arkansas. Burton Pools and Spas, your source for backyard fun.
The Powerball jackpot from the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery is now more than $600 million. So, what would you do if you won?
If I won the jackpot, I would buy my own racehorse.
If I won the lottery, I would buy my wife a beach house.
First person I would call would be my husband. He's got a big mouth, but I would still call him first.
Got your ticket? If not, visit your local lottery retailer for your chance to win the Powerball jackpot of more than $600 million. This is winning. Call 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
Tommy Craft for the Fence Man. If you've always wanted powered automatic gates at your home or business, but you didn't know who to call, let me tell you about the Fence Man. 479-782-3936. The Fence Man does it all. Custom wrought iron installations, automatic gates, even controlled access systems, and lots more. Ask about 18-month, same as cash financing with approved credit. For your custom fence and gate needs, call the Fence Man. 479-782-3936. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. Harry Robinson Buick GMC has over 200 pre-owned vehicles to choose from luxury to economy and everything in between, including over 50 great vehicles with payments under $250 a month, certain to fit your needs and your budget. And at Harry Robinson Buick GMC, you always get more for your trade. 50 vehicles with payments under $250 a month at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off I-540 in Fort Smith.
This is Randy Magnus, mortgage loan manager with Arvest Bank in Fort Smith. Have you checked your mortgage rate lately? A lot of times people forget about the rate after their loan is closed. Your friends at Arvest Bank would love the opportunity to review your current loan. With Arvest's competitive rates, you might be able to lower your monthly payment, shorten the term of your loan, or both. Arvest services 99% of the loans that originate, so most of the time you can deal with any of our local branches for all your mortgage needs. Please give us a call at 479-573-1127 or download the Home For Me app to your mobile device and search for a Fort Smith loan officer. Arvest Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Attention high school seniors, are you involved in welding classes? If so, United Welding Institute in Pottsville has an incredible opportunity for you. High school seniors that are interested in competing will have the chance to win a $10,000 welding scholarship and welding supplies. There will also be cash prizes for those that finish in 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Positions are extremely limited to enter the competition, so to get more info and to sign up, contact United Welding Institute at 479-968-3390 or by logging onto their website, UnitedWeldingInstitute.com.
Did you know that you can get your car serviced or repaired without ever leaving your house? All you have to do is call Jody's Auto Service Center at 479-649-3399. Jody's will pick up your vehicle, service or repair it for you, and return it fully disinfected to your driveway. Pickup and delivery is free for jobs $75 or more. Jobs less than $75 can be picked up and returned for a $10 fee. Let Jody's Auto Service Centers handle all your service and vehicle repair needs. Call 479-649-3399. Jody's Auto Service Center.
In the mood for a top shelf night, 906 Cocktail and Cigar Lounge has your number. Sit back, relax, and enjoy select wines, top shelf spirits, and handcrafted cocktails in a rich, comfortable, sanitized setting with state-of-the-art air filtration. Indulge in one of their delicious appetizers, sandwiches, salads, or specialty items for carry-out or dine-in. Open Tuesday through Saturday. Stop by 906 Garrison Avenue in Fort Smith. 906 Garrison in Fort Smith. 906 Cocktail and Cigar Lounge, defining nightlife in downtown Fort Smith.
River City Bistro is Fort Smith's favorite place for lunch, dinner, and brunch. Open 7 days a week, both on the heated patio and the cozy dining room. River City Bistro is locally owned and open weekdays 11 to 8, Saturdays 10 to 8, and Sundays 10 to 3. Want River City Bistro curbside to go? Just search on Facebook or Instagram for River City Bistro or go to rcbistro.com. River City Bistro, 7320 Rogers Avenue in the Stonewood Village Shopping Center.
Who's ready for a nicer, newer year? I sure am. Hi, folks. Larry Rath here from Rath Auto Resources. 2020 is finally over, and I'm ready to celebrate with terrific savings on a huge inventory of Rath road-ready vehicles, each one hand-picked and inspected in our Meineke Car Care Center. If you're waiting on your tax refund, come in today. Our Tax Max program can get you access to your money now. Owe more than your trade is worth? My transparent trade appraisal process can help with that by getting you up to $3,150 extra for your trade. Got past credit problems? My For the People credit approval process can get you approved and driving your nicer, newer car today. If you're keeping the car you have, let us take care of it for you in our Meineke Car Care Center with a basic oil change starting at just $24.95, half off brakes, and buy 3 get 1 free on all tires. Start your nicer, newer year in a nicer, newer car from Arkansas's favorite used car dealer, Rath Auto Resources, and the Meineke Car Care Center. A better way to drive. 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, or online at rathauto.com.
ESPN 95.3.
Good morning to the Morning Rush, everybody.
5 to shoot on the offensive end. Sills to Note, left wing, three-pointer good.
All your favorite podcasts in one place. The Hit That Line Podcast Network. Just search Hit That Line wherever you listen to podcasts.
Got some quick hitting headlines on your way. We also want to talk about this Arkansas-Alabama basketball game. 2:30 tomorrow. Pregame coverage beginning at 2 o'clock. ESPN Arkansas and hitthatline.com.
Hey, if you enjoy your RV and you certainly like spring and summer and fall camping, but the winter months mean you put that thing to bed. You need to winterize it, and you're looking for a place to store it. Check out our friends at Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off I-49 in Springdale. They have a winter storage special right now, $50 a month. There's no contract. It's month-to-month availability. And they also extend you a special on parts and servicing while you're storing your RV at Wheels RV. So they can do winterizations for you, cleanings, inspections, and a whole lot more. And they sell the top brands like Grand Design, Forest River, the solar-powered Vibe, and the new Alliance RV fifth wheels as well. So check it all out. Plus, they're the only lifetime warranty dealer in the River Valley and in Northwest Arkansas. It's all at Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, and discover with Wheels RV.
The Arkansas Razorbacks women's basketball team got back on track. They beat the Florida Gators last night, 84-80 in Bud Walton Arena. It's awesome to see that for Mike Neighbors and his group. 4 different Hogs got into double figures. Now, Jenkins, they had lost to Tennessee, and they lost a heartbreaker to Texas A&M on a game winner. So I know that you and Phil are going to talk about this more extensively today, but awesome to see them bounce back last night.
They needed this victory. I mean, they were starting to fall a little bit behind in the conference standings just with a couple heartbreaking losses. So they needed this victory to get some confidence back. Chelsea Dungy with a 30-plus point performance. So it's going to be a lot of fun today. And just like you said, they needed this for confidence sake more than anything. And it was a darn good game to watch last night. And it'll be fun to see how they progress this weekend.
Hopefully they'll get another win this weekend. Hogbeat has confirmed that wide receiver Tyson Morris is going to use his extra year of eligibility to the Razorbacks. This was an interesting stat that they came up with. Tommy, every single player that caught a touchdown now is coming back next season.
No, I hadn't even thought about
Tyson
that.
Morris, Traylon Burks, Devion Warren, Mike Woods, Blake Kern. I think Hudson had a touchdown in the Mississippi State game. That's listen, you want that continuity for Kendall Briles and
Kenny Guyton, who's stepping into this role.
Exactly. So, and that is, it's something we failed to mention with Richard earlier this week. So we talked about the cupboard being really stocked for Coach Guyton as he arrives here. Now we got to see what you're made of, not in the sense of, hey, the cupboard stock, but with Quincy McAdoo initially committing to Florida State, Tommy, how good of a recruiter are you? He's already committed to an out-of-state school. Can you convince him by your guys' play this season and just how you can talk with the kid, hey, you should come to Fayetteville?
Oh, and by the way, Coach, you can't leave campus because there's a dead period through April 15th, I believe it is right now, and all you can do is text, Zoom, all the things you're allowed to do right now. So, yeah, hey, go out and flip these 4-star recruits and make sure that there's no drop-off in recruiting. Not that Arkansas's hands are tied behind their back any more than anybody else, but it's hard to build an initial relationship with somebody when you're doing it remotely.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And
no different than anyone else, but you're asking a lot from everyone trying to do this process right now.
It's a great point by you. Arkansas basketball was top 25 in net rankings. Really haven't dropped that much. They were 29 as of last night. So this would be, again, a great opportunity. I need to look and see what Alabama's is. But,
Gosh, it'd have to be in the well within the top 20, you would think, if
I want to double check real quick so I tell you all the right
after
things.
beating Kentucky and already you would think that they would have been ahead of Arkansas already, who was in the upper 20s prior to the loss to LSU.
Why would you not label the? Hold on, I'm trying to figure out what this is real quick.
Gosh, they'd have to be in the. I mean, maybe in the top 15. I mean, I can't imagine that they're not.
Alabama is 23rd. They moved up 6 spots.
That okay. It doesn't make. And maybe it's schedule strength of schedule. Maybe I haven't waited enough or need to lock into memory who they played in their non-conference. Maybe that's part of it.
And Arkansas is now at 30 as of last night.
All right.
So,
I would have thought they were. Obviously, I thought they were higher. Is what I was saying while you were looking it up.
I thought they would have been too, but I guess not. Still a top 25 quadrant 1 win that they have an opportunity to get.
Yeah,
on
because it's on
Saturday.
the road, you know.
So and because it's Tommy, what's the is it top 50?
Top 50 on the road. Yeah, and that qualifies as a Q1.
Quad 1, and then top 25 at home. Is that right? Top 30 at home.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Okay. All righty. Next thing I want to get to is what's going on with Urban Meyer and the Jacksonville Jaguars, and that's a perfect setup for our guy Ryan in Hot Springs, who has called in on that situation. Ryan, you want to kind of debate who the better quarterback is for Urban to draft, Justin Fields or Trevor Lawrence? Go ahead, man.
Neither. Maybe Mac Jones.
Okay. Why do you say that? Why do you feel that way?
I just feel like he's outplayed him this year. I mean, his stats are, it's he as far as best I remember, he didn't have the turnovers that he had, and he had he had all the stats that you needed to be a first rounder.
Could Mac Jones have had the season he had if and he had Waddle part of the season before he's injured, and of course he had the Heisman Trophy winner with Devontae Smith, Mechie, Najee Harris. We keep going down the list, and the best collection of offensive linemen in the game. I mean,
I was going to say they'll probably win the Joe Moore Award if they haven't already.
So, how would you feel about Mac Jones in a system without all of those weapons?
Well, here's the deal, though. He's been with Saban, so he knows how to read defenses, how defenses work. I feel like that gives him the better shot at being NFL ready.
All right, Ryan, let me ask you this. What Alabama quarterback has shown you that the transition from going to the Crimson Tide to the NFL is doable and that they're not just system quarterbacks that are benefited by the talent around them?
Well, Tua had a pretty good go of it this year. I mean, for a rookie.
He had a good year. He had some ups. He had some downs. I'm curious to see how injury. Ryan, I appreciate your call this morning. I can't draft Mac Jones over Trevor Lawrence or Justin Fields. I just can't do that. Now, maybe I don't see him having a better NFL career than either of those two. They're just more physical. Max, I mean, not athletic at all, as evidenced by the national championship game in the college football playoff. There's no doubting his intelligence, Ryan. You've seen it, and you've seen multiple people discuss it. His arm strength, he has an excellent deep ball. I just wonder if he goes to a franchise, Tommy, that doesn't have everything around him like he did at Alabama, and if he's a top pick, that's going to happen. How does he respond to that? And we'll get into more of his journey coming up because I want to give him some credit for what he's done. I just can't.
I just think just sticking it out when a lot of people with today's 100%. Environment of the transfer portal, a lot of kids would have not waited behind two really good quarterbacks and Jalen Hurts and Tua Tagovailoa to wait their turn to win a national title, to be a part of everything he was with Alabama. Should be a lot of credit given in this day and this environment where transferring and opting out and all of these new phrases we use to substitute for quitting, he didn't take those paths. And I think he should be given a lot of credit for that, and he got his due reward with a national title.
1,000%. You have to give him credit. Again, this will be a conversation we'll touch on more coming up here on the Morning Rush. So if you're watching our video live stream on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, you'll see that I am sporting a referee. What is this called? Just a jersey?
Shirt?
Outfit
The stripes. You got the stripes on this morning.
Tommy has also given me a whistle that you said was what, $500 or $600.
It's about a $500 or $600 whistle.
I can't tell if you're kidding with me or not.
Well, it's not. I'm not kidding at all because these whistles and that particular whistle that you're wearing around your neck was one of the items you receive when you go to these clinics, these camps, these improvement camps. So that's what you walk away with after you've paid about $600 to go. That's my $600 whistle.
Cool. So I'm excited about this. I play
sometimes what you leave with.
There you go.
Yeah.
I play pickup basketball twice a week here in Fort Smith, and we had a lady come in and ask if there was anyone that could officiate some games on Saturday, and no one else seemed to want to. And I was like, I'm not doing anything Saturday morning. I'll be a good Samaritan. I'll give back to the community. So fair enough. I'm reffing my first ever, not just sporting event, but basketball game on Saturday.
I've seen you ref some games on Twitter, and I'm a little concerned about your judgment and your foul selection on what you think is and isn't a foul based on some comments I've seen you make. So I may need to show up and coach you through some foul selection tomorrow.
Okay.
I'm not sure you know what legal guarding position really is and how to maintain that. I don't know that the principle of verticality is quite locked in with you. And I think if I said offensive initiated contact against a legal defender, it'd blow your mind. So I'm a little concerned that this is fourth grade level basketball?
First.
Okay, you might not be in over your head. If it had been fourth grade level, I was a little concerned that the speed of the game might be too much for you.
I'll be okay. You're not going to hear any of this on Saturday.
Now, you're refereeing where the girls club?
Girls Club Fort Smith.
Ref, you suck might be the nicest things you will hear from the stands at a boys or girls club athletic event.
I'll be okay.
Oh, you just got to let it roll off your back.
Yeah.
Thick skin.
I'll be
skin.
okay. And the way I look at it is it's exercise. I'm giving back to the community and following the conclusion of the games. When I get back, I don't feel any guilt when I crack open a 12:30 beer because of the exercise and the.
Well, first grade basketball, I'm not sure how much exercise you're going to get. You're really kind of
3 hours. Be all right. What'll that add up
I
to?
don't think you'll break into too many sprints.
Okay.
There's not going to be a lot of end-to-end action. Let's just say that play that happened in the LSU game where they Arkansas loafed getting back and they took it from rim to rim. Don't think you're going to see a lot of that kind of athletic display.
But even then,
at the girls' club.
But even then, it's not going to be like a full court game, right? I've never been to a first grade basketball game.
I hadn't either. I
would figure that court would
I
be
have
cut in
not
half.
risen to this level of basketball in my 20 years.
It's been a while since I've participated.
So this is a prestigious opportunity for him.
I would think so.
Well,
That's
a
why
lot of great careers in the officiating community began right where you're beginning tomorrow. So
I told him
you never know.
I told him if he calls the charge, is it a rule that you have to flex real hard when you call the charge?
Well, they changed the mechanic back on that this year. So
that's
if
right.
you want to get back into proper mechanic, you got to post the foul, put your fist in the air, put your hand behind your head, and point.
I was really looking forward.
But I would really expect you to come out and just dance all the way up the floor with your offensive foul. Or something.
Trust me, they'll be
See, that's what you can do. Like you see all those baseball referees that'll do the dancing when they call the strikeout. This is your opportunity to don't be the typical ref. I mean, don't wear the hat, the sweatband, or anything like that.
Yeah. I mean, when you got an out of bounds, give it a windmill. Wind it up.
I'm gonna be emphatic like Joey Crawford. And speaking of being emphatic, I am a little disappointed because one of the things I was really looking forward to is when calling a blocking foul is pelvic thrusting, and it's probably going to be frowned upon when reffing first grade girls basketball.
I think you might want to avoid that. That's good. That's the first piece of good judgment I've heard
that I've said today.
You've displayed in this conversation.
Okay. Well, speaking of good judgment, I'm about to sign up for this job that pays you to watch Netflix and order takeout pizza. $500. And I think the question I have for all our listeners this morning is
watch Netflix and order to go food
and pick it up. And
somebody owes my wife some back wages. Because she's been doing that for a while and not getting paid a dime.
So I would think that this is going to be a fantastic. It's a professional binge watcher. It's what it's called. The question, it is National Pizza Week, so I thought it would be kind of on topic. What Netflix show would you binge watch if given the opportunity?
I need to say this carefully because I've been watching them. I'm down to the last season or two, but I got to say this correctly because I don't want people to confuse me with Clay this morning.
Okay.
But I've been watching the show, and it's spelled Schitts. It's Schitt's Creek.
What?
Yeah, so Schitts.
Okay.
That's the name of the show.
Name of the show.
That's the name of the show.
Just want to make sure.
Yeah, I want to make sure I'm clear because, I don't want to have a Clay moment here. But I've been that has been my latest binge watch on Netflix.
Okay. I still haven't seen Ozark. And
I've watched, well, we're waiting on the final season to come out. I need to go back. It's been so long. You kind of forget the plot. You got to go back and catch up.
I think I need to watch Shameless as well. I think that'd be another.
Now, it's not a Netflix show, but have you watched Yellowstone?
I've not watched, and that's
it's
Costner.
on Peacock.
Peacock.
Yeah, I got the Peacock app just to watch that. There's 3 seasons of it. It is very good.
Do you know what peacocking means?
I probably don't want to know what that means.
It's where you.
I feel like it's going to get me in more trouble.
No, it's not. It's not that bad. It's
not that.
Do you want to hear the Urban Dictionary definition?
I'm kind of.
It's not. Listen. It's not even 7 yet. It's okay. There's no kids listening.
There might be.
I'll listen. All it is
a long bus ride from the country.
Is dressing over the top to attract a mate. That's all it is.
Okay.
That's not bad.
I thought you were going elsewhere.
No, it's where you dress so obnoxiously that you stand out amongst the opposite sex. It works both ways.
Says the guy wearing the ref shirt during the radio show.
That's a great point. All right.
With the whistle around his neck.
That's a good point. I want to make sure I don't want to do it.
No, we got to teach you how to really blow.
I don't want to blow our listeners' ears out.
The first step to being a confident, well-polished official is you've got to know how to put air in the whistle, man.
Okay.
We worked on. Well, it's out in the car. I guess I'm gonna have to go get mine and during the break show you how to get this done because we had a clinic on this during the break and we still weren't there.
Okay.
And you don't understand. I guess I'm gonna have to show you. So.
Whoever just called in, feel free to call back. Sorry, we were joshing around a little bit. Last quick
hardness for having fun.
Yeah. Last quick headline for you. I want to appreciate all our listeners this morning. Since 2017, I was doing some digging yesterday. Our podcast numbers are up 818%. Not 81, not 8.
That's better than Bitcoin.
Yeah. 818% is what they've been up since 2017.
You're making that up.
Not making it up. I looked it up yesterday. So I
800. Now say that again.
818%.
We probably ought to let the sales department know about that.
I think that's probably a good idea. So appreciate all our listeners this morning.
I read this morning. This is where I'm always missing the boat. If you would have invested $5 in Bitcoin 10 years ago, you know what it'd be worth today?
10,000?
200,000.
Wow.
200K. Because there's this one guy out there who he did like this film project, and they couldn't pay. It was about Bitcoin. They couldn't actually give him money, so they gave him $7,500 or whatever in Bitcoin on a hard drive, and he has to remember the password and he can't get in. It's about to lock him out. He's going to lose like $200 million.
I did see that.
I was reading some kind of secondary piece to that, and a $5 investment in Bitcoin 10 years ago would today be worth $200,000.
Okay. We did get some Netflix suggestions, Tommy. Chad texting Blacklist.
Okay.
John and Muldrow texting Lawnmower. And Russ from Jonesboro says Cobra Kai.
A lot of people talk about Cobra Kai.
I need to watch that. I've seen all 3 Karate Kid movies, but I have not seen Cobra Kai. So maybe I need to watch that. I say all 3. There's the Jaden Smith spinoff with
I've seen the first one. I don't think I went past
Jackie
that.
Chan.
I don't think there's really a reason to go past.
Yeah,
wax on, wax off.
A lot of times the remakes of those special movies are just not. It's not anywhere close to the original.
But one of the better movies of my young teenage years. So
I would say that's up there as well. And I need to get you to watch the trilogy Porky's. I watched Porky's.
I've tried to watch that. It is not on Netflix.
It's on Amazon Prime. Do you guys have it?
Yeah, I've got Amazon Prime, but
okay. Then you're good.
But it's not free on there. You got to pay for it.
If Amazon, I thought Amazon Prime came with an Amazon Video. Are you sure?
I've got Amazon Prime.
Okay.
But I looked it up, and it was a rental.
Try. I think they just put it on. Try this week because I watched all 3 of them this week.
It's been 6 months or so, but yeah.
On Amazon. All right, let's bring in David in South Arkansas, the conversation. David, I have really appreciated your food, your meat and cheese posts these past couple of weeks in preparation for the Chiefs playoff games, man.
Yes, did you see the menu that I posted for Sunday's tailgate?
Yeah, no. What do you got going?
Yeah, you can tell our listeners, brother.
We're doing steak and eggs. I've got some apple Gouda brats. There's a place south of Kansas City which has 30 varieties of brats, so I always have to stop there. I also have some boneless, skinless chicken thighs, which I marinate. And let's see, a couple of dips, some veggies, some sides, Lord knows what else. We always have twice as much as we think number of people will show up, because when we're that close to the stadium, people just walk by. And we hate seeing people hungry, going to the stadium and they just stand around like, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? It's like, hey, come on over here, join the crowd. But one thing I wanted to say about the basketball officiating, you have to do the little sideline gesture. Somebody steps on the end line. You have to really get into it, the arm waving. And a charge, you got to dance about 5 steps going that way.
Yeah, hey, you need to go home tonight and do YouTube videos of TV Ted, Teddy Valentine videos and learn, see if you can emulate some of these mechanics at the girls' club tomorrow.
Him and Joey Crawford. I'll make sure to do that.
Mainly Ted Valentine.
Ted Valentine.
Yeah,
well, what would really be great, now I'm going to be watching Sunday to see if the officials at the football game do that. Wouldn't that be cool? Since the players gyrate, dance around after they simply tackle somebody, for a 2-yard gain, big deal. Okay, ref, offsides, baby, you. Wouldn't that be awesome for the ref to do something like that? You held, in your face. That would be awesome.
Oh, man.
Let the officials get into it a little bit like that. Offside, 85, that sucker was over so far. Look at that. Replay. That would be great. That would be awesome. But anyway, thank you, gentlemen. Heading to work. I love the conversation. Listen to you guys every morning. Tell you what, I'll send pictures from the tailgate Sunday, okay? How about that?
Love it, man. Love it. And just because David called in, I want to make sure that we get this in. As the Kansas City Chiefs will take on the Cleveland Browns this weekend, it's going to be a high-flying game we hope to see. I want to see, Nick, now I was thinking about this. When you think about Super Bowl prop bets, one of the best college football games I've ever had the pleasure of watching was, I want to say it was on Halloween, the Baker Mayfield and Patrick Mahomes matchup when he was at Texas Tech and he was at Oklahoma. You got to remember, Baker transferred out from Tech to OU. It was like 66-61. Yep. I think just an incredible display. This is going to be a fun matchup. Baker's been talking a lot of trash, especially at Cowherd. He loves talking smack to Cowherd. So this is going to be, Tommy, I think, a really fun. I think the Chiefs ultimately win it. But if they don't stop Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb, I'd be scared if I was a Kansas City Chiefs fan that the outcome on that football game.
I've just received a text from a totally unreliable source that says that Bobby Knight has a great-granddaughter that lives in the area that plays first-grade basketball at the girls' club, and that he's coming to coach his great-granddaughter's team tomorrow.
I'm just going to say I don't
I would pay a lot of money for that to be true.
If I was, my first game was officiating Bobby Knight
in a girls'
and
club
he threw
game.
a chair at me.
Oh,
that would be the greatest.
How much would we pay for that to happen?
That would be the most.
Can we arrange that in a little over 24 hours?
It'd be a great gift. We put it on our show rundown every day of just
That'd be a great gift.
To
all of us.
That too. All right, hour number 2 coming up. Clay Henry, the publisher of Hogs Illustrated, joins us. By the way, Kanoy Kennedy joins us at 8 o'clock this morning.
Hey, ref, you suck. Standard Materials Group.
This is Pastor Heath from Woodland. I know some of these ads make you glad, but most probably make you mad. The reason is people believe the lie that heals is better than the truth that hurts. Our purpose at Woodland is to risk the hurt by exposing the lies so you can be wise unto salvation. If you'd like to know more, check out our website, woodlandpeople.church. There you can download our app and listen to our podcast. That's woodlandpeople.church.
Tommy Kraft here.
Different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite. White perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
Longer, farther, and in more comfort than ever before. Our Alpha Camo pattern was designed with versatility in mind. Whether you are hunting early or late season whitetails, chasing greenheads in the timber, our layering system will keep you warm and dry no matter how extreme the conditions. Visit us at canisathlete.com and use the code Arkansas to receive 15% off your first order. Canis Athlete, be the wolf.
Do you need help with your next project? Metters Lumber True Value is here to help. A family-owned business since 1936, the staff has more than 90 years of experience in construction and the hardware business. If they don't have what you need, they know how to get it, and they are more than happy to accommodate your special order. So whether it's building a new deck, a paint project around the house, or needing a new set of tools, Metters Lumber True Value has everything you need. With locations in Alma, Ozark, and Clarksville, and you can shop online at metterslumber.com. Metters Lumber True Value.
Doe's Eat Place is now open to serve you the award-winning steaks you've been missing, along with your choice of drinks from the largest selection of wines, beer, and liquor in the River Valley. Doe's Eat Place is open Tuesday through Thursday 5 till 9 and Friday and Saturday 5 till 10. Doe's Eat Place welcomes their loyal diners back and new diners to experience the best steaks, atmosphere, and service in the River Valley. The patio is also open for your dining pleasure. Just call for reservations. Doe's Eat Place, 422 North 3rd Street, Fort Smith.
Have your travel plans changed? Looking for a place that's close to home and keep your family safe? Gaston's White River Resort is located on the beautiful White River. They offer private accommodations in their lodges and cabins. Most cabins have a fully equipped kitchen or let their restaurant staff deliver to your cabin. Call 870-431-5202 and change your plans to Gaston's White River Resort. Gaston's White River Resort, a first-class time, every time.
Fitness will always be about keeping a routine. And the best routines in life will always make time for enjoying yourself. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. AB Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
New Bud Light Seltzer?
Yep.
A hard seltzer with a hint of fruit flavor.
Yep.
Can I try one?
Yep.
That tastes great.
Told you. Bud Light Seltzer, unquestionably good. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Seltzer, IRC Beers, beer in Texas, St. Louis, Missouri.
Head to toe, it's gotta be Gelco for hard work and the great outdoors.
With quality and price and comfort you like, and savings that you're looking for.
We've got the shoes and boots, steel toes too, outerwear and a whole lot more.
Head to toe, it's gotta be Gelco
for hard work and the great outdoors.
Building a home can be stressful. This is true whether you're the homeowner or the contractor. Many times these issues result in a lawsuit. If you are a homeowner or a contractor and find yourself needing legal help, call the attorneys at Kevin Hickey Law Partners. With experience representing homeowners as well as non-payment or other issues that could arise during construction. Contact Brad Hull or Kevin Hickey at 479-434-2414 in the River Valley or 479-802-6560 in Northwest Arkansas. Or check them out at the web at artriallawyers.com.
Harry Robinson Buick GMC has over 200 pre-owned vehicles to choose from luxury to economy and everything in between, including over 50 great vehicles with payments under $250 a month, certain to fit your needs and your budget. And at Harry Robinson Buick GMC, you always get more for your trade. 50 vehicles with payments under $250 a month at Harry Robinson Buick GMC, exit 11 off I-540 in Fort Smith.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
An increase in the clouds today. Our winds are going to be pretty impressive and stiff out of the west, anywhere from 25 to near 40 miles per hour. Highs today in the upper 30s, north, mid 40s south. We'll see a little bit of cloud cover tonight and overnight low in the mid to upper 20s. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
All your favorite podcasts in one place. The Hit That Line Podcast Network. Just search Hit That Line wherever you listen to podcasts.
You're listening to The Morning Rush, live from the Busch Light Studios on ESPN 95.3, KERX Paris Fort Smith.
Never is a very big word. What are the chances we'll never see you lead another team out of a tunnel?
I don't believe that's going to happen. If I'm going to enjoy it tonight, I don't believe I'm going to coach again.
Hey, this is Darren McFadden. You're listening to The Morning Rush.
Live from the Busch Light Studios.
You're causing a major disturbance on my time.
If I'm here and you're here, doesn't that make it our time?
On your favorite Arkansas sports talk station. Streaming live from HitThatLine.com.
There's a lot of lions, tigers, and bears, but they even one razorback. Number one.
This is The Morning Rush.
Borderline erotic.
With Ty Richardson.
Sunshine. That's cool. I can dig it.
And Tommy Kraft.
Do I look happy?
What's wrong?
Lloyd!
The Morning Rush starts right now.
Hour number 2 of the Morning Rush. We have a lot to get in here. We're going to do our Fence Man Friday picks to close out this hour. Going to be joined shortly by Clay Henry, the publisher of Vogs Illustrated. Big news coming out of Jacksonville. Urban Meyer has been hired as the Jags head coach. Arkansas basketball is going to take on the Alabama Crimson Tide tomorrow at 2:30. And I also want to talk about Mac Jones a little bit and his journey to a national championship, especially after sitting out the last couple of years.
Brought to you by Burton Pools and Spas. The best deals on hot tubs and endless pools that you're going to find anywhere are at Burton Pools and Spas. They have a location on 0 Street in Fort Smith, just off I-49 at the 412 or Springdale exit 72 there in Northwest Arkansas. Hey, have you got fitness and wellness goals for 2021? You can achieve those with a hot spring spa or a fantasy spa that will make your body feel better after a long workout, help you get a better night's sleep. If you like to swim for exercise, the endless pools are a great way to get your fitness in. Swim year-round. You can do it right in your own backyard. When you buy from Burton's, you can count on delivery, setup, and installation from them, and endless pools start at just $20,923. You can see all of these products online. Choose for yourself at burtonpools.com, and you can stop in those showroom floors I mentioned in Fort Smith and in Springdale. That's Burton Pools and Spas, your source for backyard fun.
Also get Clay's take on me reffing my first game. We'll do that more coming up later in the program. Clay, I do want to start, though, with this Arkansas basketball team just demolished against the LSU Tigers on Wednesday night. There was a lot of reaction, a lot of overreaction following that game. Now, tomorrow's matchup is interesting because there's a couple guys, Bruner, Herb Jones, and Quinterly, who you don't know 100% what their outlook looks like at this point in time. What Arkansas team do you expect to see in Tuscaloosa, Alabama tomorrow?
Yeah, that's a good question, and I'm not sure. You don't know what. There's not enough data on this team and how they respond to that kind of a game. The Missouri game was not like that. I mean, they were competitive against Missouri. In fact, even when Eric Musselman was ejected for a second technical, you thought, well, they're still in range. But they weren't in range in this game. I mean, LSU scored 44 points in that first half in about 14 minutes. I don't have the exact time, but it was 44 to nothing just about early in the first half. So I don't know what that's going to bring. Now Alabama is not the same team. They're a guard-oriented, drive to the bucket, shoot a layup, or shoot a three. They don't have that mid-range game and that the size, the bulk, the length that LSU had. But the way they responded at Tennessee would lead you to believe they'll have some kind of a response after LSU. I mean, it's they played remarkably better at Tennessee than they did at home against Missouri. So, do they have that bounce back? I mean, that's the biggest thing about sports. What happens when you get hit in the mouth? Do you respond? And that's I guess we just have to we have to wait and see because there's not enough data on this team to know that.
Yeah. Clay, someone on this team, besides a coach, someone that's a player, has to emerge as the guy that, I don't know if taskmaster is the right word, but when things aren't going right in the game, is the one to get things back in line. Yes, that's Musselman's job essentially as the head coach, but I guess a Corey Beck type or someone that's got the toughness and the ear of the team that when things are off the rails as they were at Baton Rouge the other night, an on-the-floor leader that can correct the issues and be that on-the-floor coach and has the ear of his teammates. The coach has got to have that player assistant somehow, and I don't know who that is for this team yet.
Yeah, that's the issue with this team, in my opinion. And I think it was developing to be Justin Smith, and he's not a factor right now because he's injured.
Yep.
Was it going to be Desi Sills for a while? I thought so, and then he lost his confidence and hasn't been a factor and not been on the floor as much. But you're right, and the applicable word is captain, and you don't have to be have the C on your uniform to be the guy that is in the locker room that rattles some cages and makes sure that guys understand and that the team is all one together. And that's what we don't see yet with this team. Who was it going to be? Jalen Tate? And Jalen Tate, he didn't perform. I mean, he was a guy that took the back seat in this game and just was not a factor. Had been that guy some. Justin Smith, Desi Sills. You don't expect one of the freshmen to do it. That's pretty hard for a freshman. They're just trying to make sure they got their bag packed and got all their stuff in there and get on the plane.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what a freshman is about.
Yeah.
Unless it's a really, really unusual one, and I haven't seen too many do that.
Yeah,
there's really not. Clay, the question I have, and
what time is freshman English tomorrow?
Seriously, the question I
or
have.
Do I really have to go?
Yeah. Does that mean me? Yeah, that means you.
We discussed it several times. The football team, who was the most valuable on the defensive side? Was it Jalen Catalon, who we saw when he went out for the targeting calls, how much the defense wilted? Was it Grant Morgan, who did the same thing in the Missouri game? Or is it Jonathan Marshall, who luckily played, but just imagine what that defensive line, the lack of pressure they would have got without him. Is it fair to say that Justin Smith might be the most valuable guy on this roster based on how this team looked with him and now looks without him?
Yeah, and I think that we saw that before we even knew it, we saw the reaction from Eric Musselman, and I go back to, a line from Dave Van Horn, when I guess it was the first time I heard it, it might have been that they lost the first round game against. Maybe it was the second round game against South Carolina in the regional, in the super regional, and he says that I don't want them to look like they lost their puppy, and he looked like he lost his puppy. I mean, I'm talking about the coach, and he came apart at the seams after that Missouri game because he says we don't know how we're going to do without him. We just don't know. I'm not directly quoting him, but it's a paraphrase that. It's like this is gonna take a while. We're gonna have to tinker, and
he was leaking confidence in that moment.
You know what? It has taken him a while to figure it out, and they're playing different guys. Vance Jackson, bless his heart, if he doesn't hit a three, he's not much worth out there. He's not going to go in there and knock people around and get a tough rebound or an offensive rebound. He's going to shoot a three. That was his reputation in New Mexico. And he is what he is. And he made them against Georgia and seemed to get the same looks at LSU and didn't come close. So, you don't know what you're going to get from there. If he makes threes, well, yeah, he's something special. He can guard a little bit. He's not terrible, but he wasn't going to handle, Watford. I mean, he wasn't going to do that, and he wasn't going to handle Days. So that and Justin Smith would have, we know that. That was his forte. Is he could play against a big physical guy and not foul. He's been really,
I was going to say, we got closed down here, Clay. He's been really, really good on both ends of the floor. You're referencing defense. You're 100% on point. 877-377-6963. Let's talk Urban Meyer coming up on the Morning Rush.
Just say, Alexa, play ESPN Arkansas.
ESPN Arkansas from TuneIn.
This is former Arkansas Razorback J.J. Meadows, and you're listening to The Morning Rush.
The Toyota Tundra and Toyota Tacoma. Load them up with all your favorite stuff.
Don't forget those sleeping bags.
And take off on your next epic weekend. Toyota trucks are made to go anywhere.
Hey, help me with these ATVs.
And do all the things you love doing.
Got one.
And when your day winds down, one thing is for sure.
What a day. Let's come back next weekend.
Absolutely nothing sounds better than an amazing weekend made possible by the virtually indestructible Toyota Tundra and Tacoma.
Get $1,500 total bonus, or qualified lessees can lease a new 2021 Tacoma Special Edition for $199 a month for 24 months with $999 due at signing. Toyota, let's go places. Visit buyatoyota.com for details. Offers available in select states and N2121.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
Who's ready for a nicer, newer year? I sure am. Hi, folks. Larry Rath here from Rath Auto Resources. 2020 is finally over, and I'm ready to celebrate with terrific savings on a huge inventory of Rath road-ready vehicles, each one hand-picked and inspected in our Meineke Car Care Center. If you're waiting on your tax refund, come in today. Our Tax Max program can get you access to your money now. Owe more than your trade is worth? My transparent trade appraisal process can help with that by getting you up to $3,150 extra for your trade. Got past credit problems? My For the People credit approval process can get you approved and driving your nicer, newer car today. If you're keeping the car you have, let us take care of it for you in our Meineke Car Care Center with a basic oil change starting at just $24.95, half off brakes, and buy 3 get 1 free on all tires. Start your nicer, newer year in a nicer, newer car from Arkansas's favorite used car dealer, Rath Auto Resources, and the Meineke Car Care Center. A better way to drive. 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, or online at rathauto.com.
Tired of constant computer issues at work? And who knows what the real problem is? Is it the router? No, it's the hardware. Wait, they said it was the software. Call Hashtag Managed IT Services. Their multifaceted approach to IT support guarantees that everything is working at optimum performance. And Hashtag prevents the small problems from becoming big issues. Hashtag Managed IT Services in Van Buren. 479-802-4978. That's 479-802-4978. Hashtag Technology without the headache.
This is Bruce Stanton, Vice President and General Manager of Pradco Fishing in Fort Smith. Our #1 volume lure out of our 20 fishing brands is the Bobby Garland Baby Shad. We make them by the millions in our facility in Fort Smith, and the Baby Shad is without a doubt the #1 soft plastic crappie lure in the U.S. Fish it on a light jig head or underneath a float, and you'll find it's as productive as live bait. Available at Walmart, Bass Pro Shops, Academy, LureNet.com, and tackle stores all over the place. The Bobby Garland Baby Shad.
Are you looking for a new place to call home? Whether you're looking for an apartment, duplex, townhome, or a house, Trinity Multifamily has you covered. They even have options in surrounding states, from Texas to Michigan and Kansas to Tennessee. If you're looking for a new place to call home, make Trinity Multifamily your first call at 479-452-1817. That's 479-452-1817. Or online at trinitymultifamily.com to search rental properties near you.
The weather may not always be nice outside, but it's always nice inside. Keep your game sharp no matter the season on the TrackMan Simulator only at the Golf Nut. This is the same technology used on the PGA Tour for ball tracking on TV. The world's top players trust TrackMan when it comes down to data accuracy, and you can too. The Golf Nut, 5121 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith's #1 golf shop since 1994. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook for daily specials. The Golf Nut.
Have you ever been to River City Bistro for a brunch on the weekends? Every Saturday and Sunday, River City is open at 10 a.m. with a special brunch menu. Eggs and omelets any way you like. Premium bacon, sausage and ham, waffles, eggs Benedict, and a great drink menu featuring mimosas, Bloody Marys, and all your brunch favorites. We will see you for brunch every Saturday and Sunday starting at 10 a.m. at River City Bistro, 7320 Rogers Avenue in the Stonewood Village Shopping Center.
Did you know that you can get your car serviced or repaired without ever leaving your house? All you have to do is call Jody's Auto Service Center at 479-649-3399. Jody's will pick up your vehicle, service or repair it for you, and return it fully disinfected to your driveway. Pickup and delivery is free for jobs $75 or more. Jobs less than $75 can be picked up and returned for a $10 fee. Let Jody's Auto Service Centers handle all your service and vehicle repair needs. Call 479-649-3399. Jody's Auto Service Center.
ESPN 95.3. The Morning Rush with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft.
Ahead to Smith for a two-hand finish on the other end. Fast break off the defense. Hogs within 3. It's 10-7.
Video streaming live on Facebook, Periscope, and YouTube.
The only thing that I watch on Facebook is the Morning Rush. That's it.
FinSpan Friday picks coming up in about 30 minutes. Excited to do those and talk some NFL playoffs this weekend. I want to talk some Urban Meyer as he lands in Jacksonville. What do you think about that this morning? You get in here at 877-377-6963. Also want to talk about Mac Jones and then me in my first game as an official tomorrow for first grade basketball. Ecstatic to be there. Ecstatic. Can't wait. Can't wait.
Can't wait to ask you Monday.
Bart Scott, can't wait.
Yeah. Brought to you by Baxter Regional Medical Center in Mountain Home. They're following all the state and CDC guidelines to keep you and your family safe, committed to providing you excellent care to every patient every time. So you and your family can know that when you go to Baxter Regional Medical Center, they're going to take care of you. They remind you to wear a mask, maintain 6 feet of social distancing everywhere you go, and including at Baxter Regional Medical Center. If you want to learn more about the things they're doing at Baxter Regional to keep you and your family safe, go to baxterregional.org/coronavirus for all the latest updates. That's baxterregional.org/coronavirus.
So here was Urban Meyer talking with Tom Rinaldi after Ohio State's bowl game in 2019.
Never is a very big word. What are the chances we'll never see you lead another team out of a tunnel?
I don't believe that's going to happen. If I'm going to enjoy it tonight, I don't believe I'm going to coach again.
I think there were some people that speculated that he would not make a return to football. Those people were wrong. I was one of those. I didn't think he'd come back because of the health, but now, once again, he is entering back into the, not college football world, but the NFL world, a position that he's never been in. And it's not easy to transition from college football to the NFL. There have only been 3 coaches throughout the history of the NFL that have won a college football national championship and a Super Bowl. And they all are Arkansas connections. Jimmy Johnson, Barry Switzer, and Pete Carroll. So, guys, just the thoughts. What came to your mind? What were your initial reactions when you saw Urban was making his way down to Jacksonville?
He's running out of money. TV doesn't pay enough. That was my first thought.
I wonder how much of a raise he's getting from Fox Sports to this.
Tenfold. You know, I don't know what they pay him there, but it's nowhere near. If the numbers we heard he was seeking of $12 million, if he got 80% of that and he's getting $10 million, $10 million, I mean,
it's a big chunk.
Yeah, it's a lot of money, and in the state of Florida, no state income tax. I mean, I don't know if that's the reason he's going back to it, but you know, Clay, when you get used to making $4, $5, $6, $7 million, and you get away from that for a while, making those adjustments in your lifestyle sometimes aren't hard for the coach, but sometimes harder for the family.
Yeah, I was going to say the age-old question of whether you want to coach again may be, does your wife need you to coach again?
Exactly. That's what I was driving.
Are her spending habits such, and her travel, and does she want a Kmart handbag, or does she want a Gucci handbag? I mean, it's as simple as that sometimes. Mm-hmm. And if that's what she's used to, and she can't change, then the old boy's got to find a gig that does a little better on the coins.
You know, and Clay, you
so
know,
I don't know, and it might be he just I've always heard that the ball coach has got to have a whistle, and if he doesn't, then he doesn't know what to do with himself. And it's there. Now you mentioned guys that have won national championships in college and then won them in the pros, but there's been other guys that have coached college and gone on to do well in the pros that maybe weren't head coaches, because Joe Gibbs was a long-time college coach, really good offensive line coach at Arkansas, and he did well in the NFL. So it can be done, and I think that the big part of it is organization and ability to put a staff together, and then to make sure that those guys know how to identify roles, and then it's developing quarterbacks, and he was good at that, and he proved it both at Florida and maybe he did at Utah too, and again with Ohio State. But it's different in pros in that you aren't able to go recruit the best players in the country. You have to draft. Now, the key thing in all this is that they got the number 1 pick, right?
Correct.
So they have the ability to pick their quarterback.
Plus $100 million in cap space.
It's going. Yeah, I assume it's going to be Trevor Lawrence, but it could be Justin Fields. I don't know. So that's going to be the interesting aspect of it, is who does he pick and how does that guy do? And if he's Patrick Mahomes, in other words, is he highly successful, then Urban Meyer's going to, he's going to coach for 10 years until he has his next health crisis. And that, that health crisis will also come along with when their quarterback gets hurt. I'm joking a little bit because I don't think I'm not sure
you're
he
not
really
all
had
the way
a health
joking.
crisis.
No.
Yeah.
Clay,
Yeah.
Here's another titillating part of the conversation. This is from Pete Thamel. He said he spoke to a veteran coach who predicts more college coaches will head to the NFL to avoid the seismic changes coming with the national letter intent and transfer rules. Every college coach right now is somehow, some way aspiring to go to the NFL. You think about the transfer rules that are ever evolving, ever changing. Do you anticipate more collegiate coaches making the jump from college to the NFL?
Yeah, that's interesting, and you wonder if somebody like Lincoln Riley would be one. It's hard for me to imagine Sam Pittman being. I mean, I guess if you just if you're an Arkansas fan, well, so how does it affect us? It'd be hard for me to imagine Sam doing that, because I think he's he'll figure the recruiting game out. Does that change things at Alabama? Probably not, because I think that what's about to happen probably fits in what they want to do. I mean, the ability to find money for players, I don't think that's not going to change at Alabama. It's not going to change at Auburn. It's not going to change. Dan Mullen looks like he is one of those. That's the one that you hear rumored that would like to avoid what's coming, because I don't think they know what's coming. I don't think they know exactly how it. And that's what scares people, is that it's the unknown.
Mm-hmm.
You think you figured it out, and all at once the rules change. Well, wait and let's see what the rules change does. It may not do a whole lot, but you're right. There are coaches, but let's be honest. NFL is unlimited options. It's not like they covet every coach that's in college right now, because they don't. So you had the Baylor coach, Matt Rule, who had NFL experience. That was his ability to make the jump. So not all these college coaches are going to really fit in what an NFL owner covets. It's an unknown to them. Can they come and coach?
Yeah.
Because Chip Kelly couldn't do it. I mean, there's it's like you say, not everyone has been able to do it, and the ones that you named were before the salary cap, right? I mean, it's just maybe Pete Carroll was right at the edge of the salary cap, and he certainly is in it now. But it's the rules have changed since Jimmy Johnson did it. That's for sure.
Yeah.
The rules have changed in NFL is what I'm trying to say.
Here's something else to think about. The NFL Network reported that Charlie Strong is going to be Urban's defensive coordinator. Got an interesting text from Jason in Frankfort, Kentucky, asking if Urban Meyer would get Dan Mullen to be his offensive coordinator. I don't anticipate that happening, but what has been rumored is Tony Elliott, who's Clemson's current offensive coordinator. Maybe there's a connection there since Trevor Lawrence is likely going to be drafted to the Jags. He's also been rumored out in Seattle. They just fired Brian Schottenheimer. Maybe they end up getting him for Russell Wilson. I'm curious to see. It looks like that Urban Meyer's going to rehire Charlie Strong, who was with him at Florida as his defensive coordinator, the Batesville native. Who does he hire as his offensive coordinator? And if it is Tony Elliott, then you know it's going to be Trevor Lawrence that they draft number 1.
Yeah, I think that's those are all likely scenarios, and it's highly interesting. It is and I think that they're all excited in Jacksonville. I mean, I would not want Urban Meyer as my coach, but I understand those that do. He seems to me to just be, dripping in slime. I mean, the stuff that happened, that really got him out of coaching in college, to me still makes him unattractive. The stuff that it was rumored at Ohio State that they finally forced him out. I don't think it's changed, and he hid things. He didn't tell the truth. I mean, it just doesn't add up to me, and never really came clean in my opinion. And those were some uncomfortable press conferences. He had them. Looked like he was about to cry, and but I didn't. It didn't come across well to me. Anyway, that's another subject.
Brought to you this morning by Standard Materials Group. They have immediate openings right now for ready-mix drivers in the Northwest Arkansas area. If you have a CDL license without an automatic restriction, you like being home at nights, you want to work with a company that offers great pay, great benefits, a great team environment with growth opportunities, hey, apply today at jobs.crh.com. Again, that's jobs.crh.com. Standard Materials Group is an equal opportunity employer.
We were talking about Mac Jones a little bit earlier. Clay, you brought up Justin Fields and Trevor Lawrence. The quarterback situation, I think, is an intriguing one there. But to go in a leak than what Mac Jones has done, Tommy, you think about a guy that, by the way, just declared for the draft yesterday. He announced that he was doing that. He went through 2 Heisman finalists in Tua Tagovailoa and Jalen Hurts. You think about his path. He had to, at one time, message people to get him a Rivals profile because he wasn't as highly recruited. By the way, his middle name is McCorkle. His nickname's Mac. I did not know that. I was not aware of that. So he waited his turn for the starting role. Bryce Young comes in, this 5-star heralded quarterback. Both I thought, Bill Keene thought, all these college football experts thought that he was going to overtake Mac Jones. What does Mac Jones do? He comes in and has an incredible year, similar to Joe Burrow statistically, though he didn't win a Heisman Trophy, wins a national championship, forever supplants his legacy in Alabama lore, and when many people just expected him to transfer. And that tells you sometimes sticking with it pays off. No matter how insurmountable the circumstances may be, Tommy, this kid stuck with it, even though he appears to be something he's not. This kid's a hard worker, and it paid off when the national championship on Monday night.
And, anymore you see high school parents and players that are looking at their second or third high school team coach situation in 3 or 4 seasons. And you know that in college with the transfer portal rules, those could be issues. Always looking for the right fit or a better situation or that pasture with greener grass. That's the thing with Alabama, though. Even though you may have to wait your turn, guys, it's still harder to find a better place if winning and a national title and having a career resume that may not have 3 years of being a starting quarterback on it, but having a national title, a chance to be a Heisman winner, it's things that you want to accomplish. You can't transfer generally and go very many places that offer you or afford you that opportunity. That's the one great thing about Alabama. You may have to wait your turn, particularly at quarterback, maybe being the feature running back, maybe being the feature wide receiver. But when you wait your turn, you're going to be in a position to succeed at Alabama.
Clay,
I give his parents a lot of credit. And if you study the background and you read some of the things that that his dad told him before he got to Alabama, he was grounded and he was focused on what he was going to do, and he knew who was there, and it never fazed him. He was comfortable being the scout team guy. He worked on his craft. He got better. He took coaching. He sought out, in the off season ways to make his deep passing better. So he improved every year. And it was pretty quickly that they, and I've talked to Alex Mortensen, who's at Alabama. It was pretty quickly that they knew that what they had. He was a little bit of a joker, and when I say that, he did all kinds of crazy stuff in practice. If you read the stories about running plays in the scout team, and he'd call things in the huddle that the other team wasn't going to do, like double passes and things. And I mean, it would he ran downfield options on his own, just created plays. Nick Saban would just go crazy on him. In other words, run the play the other team's going to run, so we can practice against that. And he was just figuring out a way to score on the first team defense. And so he had a competitive fire that everybody liked on the team. And
it's like Moxon and Varsity Blues.
Oh, no question, he had that.
Can you imagine?
So
what would be better training for any young quarter? I know it could break you at times, but going up against as the scout team quarterback, going up against Alabama's ones every day in practice.
No question, Tommy.
What else could make you better? I mean, if you can get that in your head and understand, hey, all this pain and suffering I'm going to go through for the next year or two, when I come through the other side, I can't think of better training than playing Alabama's number ones every day in practice.
Without question, in life, when adversity hits, there's two kinds of people and it all has to do with attitude. Some look at it as misery, and some look at it as an opportunity. And that's what he did the latter. And they recognized it at Alabama. That is a trait that when you identify it, you covet it. And, I got a guy that works for me, Dudley Dawson, and he's been through a lot of adversity. And every time he says, I'll beat this, I'll get through this. And you know what? I don't doubt it every time. Sometimes I've seen him struggle for a little bit, but he does get through it. And, he in the last year, he has been through a stroke, and then he's had a total knee replacement just before, New Year's, January 22nd. I mean, he's 29th, I guess. He's already way past the point, where he's got total flexibility of his knee, way ahead of everybody's schedule. And, it's like, well, the doctors are a little bit surprised because he's come back from a stroke. I'm not, because I know what, he just looks at it as an opportunity. So that Mac Jones will be successful in whatever he does. And I'm not just talking about the NFL. I mean, he's the guy that you want, leading your – and we're talking about our, the Razorback basketball team, identifying, is there a guy like that? Is there a guy that has that kind of character? Is there a Corey Beck? It's like, did Corey Beck ever worry about going into Baton Rouge? No. He's like, let's go, boys. Yeah. I mean, this, I don't care what they've got down there.
Walk through the fire.
Yeah. And it, and if somebody wasn't doing well in the locker room, he'd punch him. I mean, he'd punch Corliss in the chest before every game. Let's go, big fella. And just punch him right in the chest. That's not really what you want a guy doing to your best player. Yeah. Everybody got out of the way and let him do it.
That's what Tommy does to me every morning. It gives me some smelling salts, too. So it wakes me up every morning before the morning rush. All right, 877
kind of soft in there, though.
377-6963 is the number to call or text in. Want to go to the phone lines to the land of the Golden Arrows and welcome in Carl who's in Lavaca this morning. Carl, you're on the Morning Rush, buddy.
Hey, guys. As for Ty reffing tomorrow, goodness, Ty, let him play. We don't need any more curl stuff going on out there. I mean, we don't know how many shots you're going to get to the rim to begin with, so let's not be whistle happy. As for Mac Jones, yeah, no, guy had a great year. I mean, people who try to compare him and Burrow last year, I mean, yeah, both teams were, incredible. Granted, I think Burrow would have won Offensive Rookie of the Year if his knee hadn't gotten snapped in half. But the one thing I will say about Mac Jones, yeah, he's a winner. He overcame adversity at Bama, all that stuff. But, in the NFL, the quarterbacks now that are kind of dominating the league, yes, Brady had his run, and he's still in the playoffs. But a lot of the guys are dynamic. Not that they're dual threat, but they got the ability to, take off and run when they want to. Mahomes isn't the fastest guy, but, he can take off and run when he needs to. Russell Wilson, Lamar, Deshaun Watson, even Ryan Tannehill's got the ability to run. Unless he goes to, a New England, maybe Indianapolis or something like that, where he's got a solid old line that gives him protection to where he doesn't really have to run that much, I think Mac Jones could serve as a great backup in the league. I'm not saying I want anyone to fail, but I just don't see how, a guy like him who kind of seems like a system guy is really going to make it in the NFL. As for Hog basketball, I'll keep this short. The other night was just flat out ugly. It was the worst game under the Musselman era. In my opinion, I hope it woke the boys up a little bit. And, we just seemed to play scared. It seems like Desi Sills forgot how to play basketball, and Vance Jackson went from, pulling every three he saw or got a chance to shoot out the past two games to, being hesitant and stuff like that. It seems like we played scared, and we played right into LSU's tactics of, rushing shots, turning the ball over, and then we couldn't box out. We didn't do anything right the other night. I hope we can bounce back Saturday. Now, we'll say I think our hardest conference schedule, or our hardest conference games have come at the beginning of our schedule. So, maybe, we can get it rolling this Saturday and bust off a little win streak before we go to Kentucky. But, I just want to see some fight out of the kids tomorrow and, really hope to bounce back and, give Hog fans some hope because that was pretty deflating the other night. But, yeah, thanks for letting me call in.
Appreciate it, Carl. To your point about the Arkansas basketball team, I think you're going to see a little more fight, a little more dog in this team. Will they beat Alabama? I think it has a lot to do with who's on the floor for the Crimson Tide. In reference to Mac Jones, I also hadn't brought up, he got DUI in 2017. And, there's some stuff he's probably had to overcome both on the field and off the field. And for him to hoist that trophy up on Monday night, is pretty cool. And then in regards to your reffing opinion about me, unless I see blood on the floor, probably not going to blow the whistle that much. These first graders are going to go at it on Saturday.
You think it's going to be a physical showdown with first grade girls basketball?
I'm going to tell both coaches, I'm not going to call much, so you let them.
Oh, that'll reassure them.
Let them play this.
That'll instill the confidence. I don't think that would be the first words I give them before you throw it up.
So this can be a whale of a time. Can't wait.
Oh, I can't wait to sit in the stands.
It's going to be perfection out there. I'll tell you that right now.
Hey, Tommy, I just got one thing to tell you.
Yeah.
He doesn't understand this, but when there's blood on the floor, it's too late.
Yeah.
Because there's a mama coming for his back.
He has no idea. This is girls' club basketball.
She won't be able to catch me.
As you run for the parking lot, hoping that the remote start on your car is working.
Mama Bear.
We are brought to you by Gaston's White River Resort. Winter rates in effect right now, 40% off when you stay 2 or more nights. So right now it's a great time. Brown's coming off the spawn. There's always great fish in the White River, those rainbows and trophy browns that are the fish of a lifetime that you can catch right now in that stretch just below the Bull Shoals Dam that is famous there on the White River. Gaston's is the place to stay. They have the experienced guides to make sure your trip is one that you'll remember and come back time and time again. 870-431-5202. Gaston's White River Resort, a first-class time every time.
Just say, Alexa, play ESPN Arkansas.
ESPN Arkansas from TuneIn.
This is Clint Sterner, and you're listening to The Morning Rush.
RV show pricing is arriving early at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV wants to...
This is Pastor Heath from Woodland.
I know some of these ads make you glad, but most probably make you mad. The reason is people believe the lie that heals is better than the truth that hurts. Our purpose at Woodland is to risk the hurt by exposing the lies so you can be wise unto salvation. If you'd like to know more, check out our website, woodlandpeople.church. There you can download our app and listen to our podcast. That's woodlandpeople.church.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work.
That's a dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse.
Some serious crappie.
Nice speck.
We got crappies.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
While you take care of what's most important, find an agent at shelterinsurance.com. Wear your shield, wear your shelter. Some restrictions apply.
Ask shelter agents Tiffany Newman in Mulberry or Warren Robertson in Alma about a free insurance review.
Locally owned Lumber One can handle all of your building needs. They've built their business on having great relationships with everybody from contractors and builders to the everyday build-it-yourself. Lumber One is a full-line door shop to handle all of your door, window, and trim needs. And along with lumber, roofing, and drywall products, attic wall and floor insulation is available. Lumber One also does blueprint takeoff with access to design services with estimates available. So go where the pros go. Lumber One, located on Industrial Park Road in Van Buren.
Head to toe, it's gotta be Jelco for hard work and the great outdoors.
With quality and price and comfort you like, and savings that you're looking for.
We've got the shoes and boots, steel toes too, outerwear and a whole lot more.
Head to toe, it's gotta be Jelco
for hard work and the great outdoors.
A chicken wing is just a flavor missile covered in awesomeness. And at Buffalo Wild Wings, we're locked and loaded with 26 sauces and seasonings aimed right at your face. So whether you're gearing up for the sweet tang of honey barbecue, Magma Hot Blazing Carolina Reaper, or new zesty lemon pepper sauce, get ready, because your mouth's in the blast zone. 26 sauces and seasonings at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Have your travel plans changed? Looking for a place that's close to home and keep your family safe? Gaston's White River Resort is located on the beautiful White River. They offer private accommodations in their lodges and cabins. Most cabins have a fully equipped kitchen or let their restaurant staff deliver to your cabin. Call 870-431-5202 and change your plans to Gaston's White River Resort. Gaston's White River Resort, a first-class time every time.
Hi, I'm Kelly Smith, owner of Dixie Digital Imaging. Would printing from your phone or tablet make your life easier? Are you emailing files to yourself so that you can print them from your desktop or laptop? The Xerox VersaLink and AltaLink lines of network printers and multifunction printers will natively print using your phone's built-in capabilities. Apple AirPrint and Google Cloud Printing just work. To order yours today, give us a call at 783-6600 or visit dixiedigital.com. Dixie Digital Imaging, bringing document innovations to the River Valley.
ESPN 95.3.
Good morning to the Morning Rush, everybody.
Man over his screen. Note a three. JD knocks it down. The Hogs are up by 20. Note feeling it from beyond the arc.
Streaming live at hitthatline.com.
Arkansas basketball taking on the Alabama Crimson Tide tomorrow at 2:30. ESPN Arkansas, hitthatline.com. Pregame coverage beginning here at 2.
We hope they show up for the game.
Who, Arkansas? Oh,
yeah.
You're just talking about because they didn't show up against LSU.
Yeah.
They didn't show up until
We hope they take them on. They didn't take on LSU the other night, so we hope they take on Alabama.
That they did not. All right, it is time for our Fence Man Friday picks this morning. Now, Sean, I know you were listening to the program as you arrived in because when you came in this morning, you asked me about the reffing I'm getting to do tomorrow. So how do you think I'm going to grade out as an official in first grade basketball tomorrow?
You really want my opinion?
You give it to me straight.
All right. I think you're going to be about soft as a marshmallow.
Okay. I probably will be. So we'll see how this goes. I gotta hone in the intimidation factor that refs so often have to do. So we'll see how it goes. I think I'm going to be okay.
You're going to have being intimidated, or do you think you're going to intimidate somebody?
I'm not going to. I mean, I'm never intimidated, ever, by anything.
And did I understand this is first graders, right?
First graders.
And girls.
First grade girls. So.
Oh, my gosh.
He thinks it's basketball.
I can't wait till one of those crazy dads come after you.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah.
She wasn't nowhere near it.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
This could be like one of those things where like people.
You want to meet over there? I'll bring the donuts. What are you doing in the morning?
Ty, we might have to go over there.
Yeah, this is going to be fun.
Ty, have you ever helped somebody tie their shoe? That's going to be part of what your job is Saturday morning.
All right. Well,
because somebody's going to fall down, cry, or bleed. You understand that too, don't you?
No blood, no foul. So that's how it works. All right, let's go and get into our Fence Man Friday picks this week.
Fenceman Friday Picks. Call the Fenceman for all kinds of fences, controlled access, and custom iron projects. 479-782-3936. The Fenceman. We ain't afraid of no work.
We're going to pick the 4 NFL games this weekend, and then we're also going to pick the Arkansas Razorback basketball game as well. Sean, you're leading the way with 37. Tommy, you have 35, and Clay and I are tied up, all knotted up at 30.
I'm in striking distance.
You are with the striking distance. All right. The Los Angeles Rams traveling to Lambeau to take on the Green Bay Packers. Packers are 6.5 home favorites. It's going to be 3:30 on Fox. Sean, I'll let you start. You going Pack or you going Rams?
No, I don't like the Rams. I'm going the Pack.
Going the Pack?
Yeah. I've never been a Rams fan.
I'm also going to go Green Bay. Aaron Donald is dealing with some torn rib cartilage, if I remember that right. Jared Goff, to me, I think he's too much of a pretty boy to go win in Lambeau. So I'm gonna take Packers.
They're too used to that California weather.
Exactly. Exactly.
I don't even know what the forecast is for Green Bay. I just know it's going to be colder than Los Angeles.
Exactly.
A lot colder. Give me Green Bay, by the way.
Clay, you gonna stand on an island, or you gonna stay with the Packers on this one?
I got Aaron Rodgers. Okay. That's my guy.
The smart pick. Next game, the Baltimore. This is going to be a really fun matchup.
Mm-hmm.
Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens traveling to Buffalo to take on Josh Allen and the Bills Mafia. Clay, I'll let you kick this one off. Are you going Bills Mafia, or are you going to take the visiting Baltimore Ravens? Bills are favored by 2.5 in this football game.
I'm a Buffalo fan right now. I go back to my Joe Ferguson days, and I just kind of block out that O.J. Simpson was part of that. And I go with the Bills here.
I'll take the Bills as well. Tommy, where are you going to go on this?
I'll take the Ravens.
You're going to take the Ravens. All right. Mr. Sean, you going to take Baltimore, or you going to take Buffalo?
I'm really tired of seeing that Bills helmet. Okay. So I'm going with the Ravens.
Going Ravens. All right. The visiting Baltimore. Baltimore's been really good as of late.
Shocker.
We'll see if they can they keep it up. John Harbaugh is either tied or has the all-time record for road playoff wins. Something to keep in mind. All right, the Kansas City Chiefs, where you can hear on ESPN 95.3, ESPN 104.3.
A lot of points in this one.
Yeah, they're hosting the Cleveland Browns. Baker Mayfield and company get their first playoff win since, I think, 95 this past week. Chiefs are 10-point favorites. Are you going to go, Tommy, with David in South Arkansas? Or are you going to go with Dog Pound and the visiting Cleveland Browns?
10 is a lot of points. More than, a lot. All these other games are 6.5, 2.5, 3. 10 is a lot in a playoff game.
Okay.
But Andy Reid with 2 weeks to get ready is dangerous too. Give me the home team, the Chiefs minus 10. I don't feel good about it, though.
Clay, where are you going on this one? Chiefs or Browns?
Well, see, I think the Browns have been celebrating all week, and I think this plays right into Patrick Mahomes' hands, and I don't think it looked like to me that Cleveland came close to blowing that big lead, and I think their defense is not sound. Now, they can run the ball a little bit, but I think Baker Mayfield's going to be on his back a few times. Chiefs are going to pressure and get to him. That may be more information than I could have just said Chiefs. That would have been fine, right?
That works. Sean, what are you feeling about this game, man?
There's something about Mahomes that I just like. I've just always liked him. He's a good quarterback. He plays well. I like, the stories about him off the field. So Chiefs all the way.
Jenkins has encouraged me to pick the Cleveland Browns, but I just can't.
10's a lot of points.
It is a lot of points.
Backdoor cover.
I like what you said about Patrick Mahomes. It is nice for Roger Goodell and the rest of the NFL. The face of your league right now is such a likable guy, and I love Patrick Mahomes. I'm taking the Kansas City Chiefs. I can't do it, Jenkins. I can't make the Browns. All right, another game. This is a matchup we've already seen twice already, and the Saints have dominated as the New Orleans Saints host the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It's on the History Channel, by the way, with Drew Brees and Tom Brady. Tommy,
brought to you by AARP, right?
Yeah, exactly. Tommy, I'll let you start.
Hey,
are you going Bucs or Saints?
As you pointed out, Saints have beat them twice, right? Hard to beat a good team twice. What's harder?
Third time.
Beat them third time,
That's right.
Plus, Bucs have come on strong lately.
Mm-hmm.
TB wrecked Washington last week. Cameron Jordan said something that a lot of people didn't like earlier this week.
Give me Tom Terrific.
I'm
the 3.
I'm gonna take Brady as well, and you know what that sets up for next week? Brady and Rodgers and Lambeau.
Yep.
I hope that happens. Breeze and Rodgers would be okay.
You know who else hope that happens? Every executive at Fox.
Yeah, nope, exactly. Sean, are you gonna go? Brady? Or you gonna go Breeze in this one?
Man, my dad is a Saints fan through and through. Always has been, and so I cannot veer far from that tree. So Saints all the way.
Okay. Clay, where are you going to finish on this one with NFL?
Yeah, I'm picking defense. I think the Saints defense. Now, Tampa Bay has played good defense at times too, but I'm going with the Saints, and I think this is last hurrah for Drew Brees and not the last hurrah for Tom Brady. He'll come back next year.
Yeah, it's from all indications, Drew Brees seems to be retiring after this year, so I think a lot of his guys will be wanting to give him their very best throughout the rest of these playoffs. We don't have a line yet for Arkansas, Alabama. College basketball lines are weird. They don't come out till like the day before, so we'll get that later today. Guys, how are we feeling about this?
It is the day before, Tom.
But it's later. I said later today. Later today. How are we feeling?
Sometime tomorrow, you're going to think that it's the day before. Yeah.
The day before.
Whatever. How are we feeling? We got to do this.
You're right, though. It's about 24 hours before tip.
Yes.
So.
How are we gonna pick this game? You gonna pick Bama or you gonna pick Arkansas? We got to do this quick.
I think the line in this game is, what would you guesstimate it to be?
Dude, I have no idea.
I think Bama's probably going to be favored by 10 or 12, so it'd be my guess. So
okay.
I'd say I'd say Arkansas and getting 12.
Okay.
I think Arkansas bounces back but does not win.
I'll take Arkansas in the points too. They're not going to win. Sean, you going to take points?
Razorbacks in the points.
Clay, points or Bama?
I'll just go the other way, just because I don't know. I have no idea.
I don't think anyone does.
Yeah.
Brought to you by the Fence Man. That's your Fence Man Friday picks. Anything involving a fence, gate, controlled access, automatic gates. This guy right here is the one to call, 782-3936.
Hey, let those phones ring. We're excited to come out and do it for you.
Yeah, 479-782-3936, Northwest Arkansas, River Valley, wherever you're listening this morning. Sean will be on his way. Quick, no obligations quote. So good to see you again. We'll see you next Friday.
I'll enjoy it. Thank you guys for the time.
Enjoy the games.
I'll do you my proudest tomorrow out there reffing.
I want to see some video, but I don't think I can make it in the morning.
You bring the coffee, I'll bring the donuts.
All right, where are we going?
Tubs and endless pools in Fort Smith and Northwest Arkansas is at Burton Pools and Spas. Achieve your health and wellness goals in 2021 with a fantasy spa starting at just $28.95 with 28 selections to choose from. Or the Endless Pool Fitness Systems. They give you boundless fitness with swimming year-round, delivered, installed, and and ready to use from Burton Pools and Spas. Burton Pools and Spas in Fort Smith and in Northwest Arkansas. Burton Pools and Spas, your source for backyard fun.
Hi, I'm Bill Bolton of NWA Gold, Silver, and Coins. I started in this business in 1972 at an auction house that specialized in antique and estate jewelry, sterling silver, and coins. In that time, I've seen gold go from $35 an ounce to today's price of $1,683. I want to talk to you about the coins you may have inherited and how important it is to deal with someone who understands coins and this market. In 2011, we had a mother and daughter come into our store and sell us a lot of jewelry they no longer wore for $3,300. The daughter then pulled out an 1850 California $10 gold piece. Jeremy offered her $900 and she accepted his offer. He then advised her to have this coin graded. She did, and she sold it for $36,000. If you don't know what you have, please come see Jeremy in our Bentonville store. Don't sell at an auction or an estate sale and get less money. What's in your safety deposit box could be worth thousands. NWA Gold, Silver, and Coins, Bentonville, Fayetteville.
Standard Materials Group has immediate openings for ready-mix drivers in the Northwest Arkansas area. If you have a CDL license without an automatic restriction and want to be home every night, want to work with a company that offers great pay, benefits, and a great team environment with growth opportunities, apply today at jobs.crh.com. Again, that's jobs.crh.com. Standard Materials Group is an equal opportunity employer.
Harry Robinson Buick GMC has over 200 pre-owned vehicles to choose from luxury to economy and everything in between, including over 50 great vehicles with payments under $250 a month, certain to fit your needs and your budget. And at Harry Robinson Buick GMC, you always get more for your trade. 50 vehicles with payments under $250 a month at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off I-540 in Fort Smith.
The weather may not always be nice outside, but it's always nice inside. Keep your game sharp no matter the season on the TrackMan Simulator only at the Golf Nut. This is the same technology used on the PGA Tour for ball tracking on TV. The world's top players trust TrackMan when it comes down to data accuracy, and you can too. The Golf Nut, 5121 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith's #1 golf shop since 1994. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook for daily specials. The Golf Nut.
Are your real estate investments being properly managed? Are you sending a check or cashing a check each month? If you're tired of your current property managers, then call Trinity Multifamily. Trinity will qualify your tenants and leases, inspect your properties, and take care of maintenance and provide you with web-based access to current financial reports, leases, and pictures of your property. Call Trinity Multifamily at 479-452-1817 or online at trinitymultifamily.com. Trinity Multifamily, your teammate in the real estate game.
They say, trust the process. But if enjoyment isn't part of that process, don't trust the process. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. AB Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
New Bud Light Seltzer?
Yep.
A hard seltzer with a hint of fruit flavor.
Yep.
Can I try one?
Yep.
That tastes great.
Told you. Bud Light Seltzer, unquestionably good. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Seltzer, IRC Beers, beer in Texas, St. Louis, Missouri.
The bloodline of any modern business is their computer network, data storage, and supporting hardware. So who takes care of one of the most important aspects of your business? Hashtag Managed IT Services in Van Buren can handle all your networking services like cabling, firewall, routers, and VPNs to hardware and software protection from virus and malware. Hashtag Managed IT Services in Van Buren, 479-802-4978. That's 479-802-4978. Hashtag Technology without the headache.
Did you know that you can get your car serviced or repaired without ever leaving your house? All you have to do is call Jody's Auto Service Center at 479-649-3399. Jody's will pick up your vehicle, service or repair it for you, and return it fully disinfected to your driveway. Pickup and delivery is free for jobs $75 or more. Jobs less than $75 can be picked up and returned for a $10 fee. Let Jody's Auto Service Centers handle all your service and vehicle repair needs. Call 479-649-3399. Jody's Auto Service Center.
River City Bistro is Fort Smith's favorite place for lunch, dinner, and brunch. Open 7 days a week.
both on the heated patio and the cozy dining room. River City Bistro is locally owned and open weekdays 11 to 8, Saturdays 10 to 8, and Sundays 10 to 3. Want River City Bistro curbside to go? Just search on Facebook or Instagram for River City Bistro or go to rcbistro.com. River City Bistro, 7320 Rogers Avenue in the Stonewood Village Shopping Center.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
An increase in the clouds today. Our winds are going to be pretty impressive and stiff out of the west, anywhere from 25 to near 40 miles per hour. Highs today in the upper 30s, north, mid 40s south. We'll see a little bit of cloud cover tonight, and overnight low in the mid to upper 20s. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
Follow us on Twitter at HitThatLineAR and on Facebook and Instagram at HitThatLine. You're listening to the Morning Rush live from the Busch Light Studios on ESPN 95.3 KERX Paris Sportsman.
Mickelson in motion and Couch in trouble. The blitz by Kennedy. Picks up a Roach's hit. Knocked down at the 2 by Kennedy. And this kid can hit. Pumps once, throws, and it's picked off at the 5-yard line by Kenoy Kennedy.
This is former Razorback Kenoy Kennedy, and you're listening to The Morning Rush.
I've been looking forward to this interview since Kenoy got back with me on Wednesday, and I want to welcome him in this morning. Former Razorback, former NFL safety. Kenoy, thank you so much for making some time for us here on the Morning Rush.
No problem. I appreciate you guys having me.
So I found this interesting listening to an interview you did, how when you were getting recruited back in the day, Texas A&M, Baylor, Kansas, there were some other schools that had offered you, but they wanted you to play offense. And Arkansas was one of the schools, I think the only school that recruited you to play defense. And I found that kind of compelling, Kenoy, because there's so many kids today that want to play on the offensive side of the football. They think there's more star power there. Why did you want to play defense in college and then eventually the NFL?
Well, I mean, initially it really didn't matter, because I actually played both sides of the ball. And, before I finish that story, kids today want to specialize in one side or the other. Oh, I only play offense, or I only play defense. But, they don't make them like they used to anymore. But anyway, it really didn't matter which side of the ball I played. I went on visits with an open mind. And some schools told me that, I can play whichever side I picked. But when I came to Arkansas, they was like, no, we want you to play defense. We don't need you to play offense. We want you to play defense. And so, I went in with an open mind and, came out, loved the school, loved everything. Coach Washburn, Jim Washburn, recruited his butt off, when he recruited me. And every note that he sent me was handwritten. It wasn't any of those mass-produced type letters. And that meant something. And I was like, man, they really want me there. And so that's kind of what made me choose to come there. And so the rest is history.
Kenoy, you think about the track record of Arkansas safeties lately. Steve Atwater obviously stands out. You guys both played for the Broncos. Ken Hamblin. I know Tony Buda played some linebacker, but played safety as well. And then you look at this kid, Jalen Catalon. Not the biggest, but that kid lays the wood like you used to back in the day. When you watch him play, do you see any of yourself in Jalen Catalon?
Oh, no doubt, man. And I get excited when I watch him play. As a matter of fact, I was talking to, I did an interview with Ken a couple of days ago. And his name came up, Jalen came up, and I said, man, to kind of describe his game, if you put Steve, Ken, and myself in a player, and that's the kind of player you have. But, he's a smaller guy, so, if you compress our files and you get the zip file, if you guys. So he's all of what we have in a smaller package. So I call him the zip file of the Arkansas great safety. So man, the kid can play it. I love everything about his game.
Kenoy, when you watch football today and you see the evolution of the offense in the spread to run, the 3 and 4 wide sets, the one back sometimes empty. It's not the pro style that you went up against a lot with a lot of times two backs in the backfield. What's your view of that offense, and how would that have changed the way you would have approached it today? When you watch the game, what goes through your mind seeing these offenses that are out there in today's game?
I think that today's game is a chess match. If you show your hand too fast on defense, you got coaches in the press box watching your moves, so they pause them. It's almost like pausing the game and recalling the play. So it's different. And then also the defenses, coordinators and all that, have to be ready. So it's the game today is totally different. And I think even when we played, it was different. So if you ask a guy that played in the the 70s, 60s, 70s, they would say the game has changed from when I played. So it's all about adapting, and I think it's not DB friendly today's game. I tell you that much. But you have to learn to adapt.
Yeah. You watch the game, and this comes up on our show a lot, and I'm sure you get asked a lot about targeting plays and targeting fouls that are called. That wasn't even a term or part of the game when in your day like it is today. What are your thoughts on some of the safety aspects and the rules they've changed? To make the game safer, but to certainly take some of the harder hits out of the game. It's taken away some of those highlights, but taking away some of what the game was built on in your day. What are your views of how they've transformed, particularly what made the game from your position?
Yeah, I think that it's a fine line between targeting. So I think they need to review everything on a case by case. Sometimes you have bang bang plays, and the guy didn't have intent, but if you say, but the helmet's touched, so we have to call targeting. So I think if they're going and watching the replay of every called target, I think they need to kind of just do it by case and not just necessarily by the rules. Now I get it because there is life after football, and I'm there. But at the same time, you know what you're getting into when you sign up for playing football. So, and it's kind of like, if you're a boxer and they say, well, we want to see a good show and we want to see some hard punches, but at the same time, we don't want to see you hit this certain area of the body, but you also want to see these guys go full speed. So, it's hard. And so it's one of those deals, though. It's the rules now, so you just kind of have to find a way to get around it.
Kanoy, this is Clay Henry. It's always good to hear your voice, and one of my favorite all-time Razorbacks right here, guys. I've got to go back to your recruiting commitment story, and Jim Washburn told me that out of the blue, you guys there were 4 of you, I think, that were on a recruiting trip to Texas A&M. Is it true that y'all called Jim from the Texas A&M coach's office?
Yeah, I don't know if we called them from the office or if we called them on their plane. It was it was one of them because we actually and I might get the story backwards. So I don't know if we even flew because I think it was me, Brian Smith, Randy Garner, and one more other guy that was kind of from
four,
East Texas. Yeah, that was from this East Texas region. So we all was on the same plane. We was talking, it was like, well, where you going next? So we was like, we was going to Arkansas, and then we was on our way to A&M. So we was on the recruit trip back to back. And then, we kind of got to know each other. And so we on the plane or in the office. I can't remember which one, but, we was kind of talking like, hey, man, what you go do? Where you going? Where you thinking? Which way you leaning? So, we was talking. It's like, man, going to Arkansas. Like, well, if you going, I'm going. It's like, well, if you going, I'm going. It's like, and it kind of was like, we all kind of hit it off and, kind of made up our mind, like I say, once again, the rest is history on that part.
Yeah, Washburn told me that's the only time in history that you got one phone call and 4 commitments.
Well, you know what? And I think that's kind of goes back to the kind of atmosphere we had when we was playing, the family atmosphere, what we tried to build, and the way we went about life around there. We was all a big family, and kind of showed in the way we played. Man, we love being around each other. We took up for each other, and I kind of think that makes a difference because, you know, you don't want to let your brother down, and when you don't want to let your brother down, I think you play that much harder for him. So,
yeah, I guess it was about a week after signing day. I was going down the hall, the Broyle Center, and Coach Washburn says, "Come in my office. I got to show you something." And he cues up the tape, and this was back in the days of tape and or video, I guess. And he says, "Watch this guy hit." And I think it was it Wiley? Wiley, Texas. And there was, and it was maybe a pass into the flat to the back, and this guy comes roaring up, and I thought the guy was dead. Kenoy Kennedy, you hit that guy, and his helmet flew, I think, 20 yards backwards. And
it was crazy, you know. And I, you know, we're still trying to find that tape. I think after the tape starts spreading around, people start stealing the copies. So there's no copy around, and if you come to Terrell, Texas today, you can't find a copy of the hit because everybody stole a lot of copies. But yeah, I hit the guy. You know, this was back in the day when you can hit, you know, and all that kind of stuff. But it was a tight end drag. So, you know, I played corner at the time. I actually played corner and receiver in high school, and you know, never played safety until I, you know, came to Arkansas. So played corner at the time, and, you know, and I would always cover the best receivers. So the whole week in practice, you know, they would tell us that they love the tight end drag. So, you know, I'm covering my receiver. He ran me off, and I saw the tight end drag, and I was like, "Yep, we've been practicing this all week." I said, "Okay." So, you know, I love to intercept the ball, but I also love to hit. So, you know, the quarterback let him out just a little bit too much, but he caught the ball, and man, you know, caught him right underneath the chin. You know, and I'm not all about hurting guys, but I'm a physical guy. But yeah, his helmet came off. All the pads inside his helmet came out his helmet. He hit the ground. He kind of bounced up and slumped over with his legs crossed. And the whole stadium was quiet. Like, you can hear a pin drop. And I was like, "Oh man, I've killed this guy." Like you said, you thought I killed him, but I thought I killed him too.
It looked like he was dead.
Oh man. But long story short, you know, he was end up, you know, breaking his jaw and a couple other things. But, you know, man, I was like, "Oh man, I don't. And so my mom told me, like, "Hey, son, you need to stop hitting these guys so hard because they have a mom too."
Yeah.
You know, like, you know, they have family. They got family. They need to go home too. And I was like, "Well, you know what? Okay." You know, so I would pull off a little bit, but not too much. But I was like, they know what they're getting into. So, you know, they need to get on the quarterback for throwing that ball over there.
So did you meet that guy later in life?
Well, I never met him, but I know some friends that knows him, and you know, they said he's doing all right today. You know, so I kind of checked up on him, make sure he was good.
He might be the one.
Yeah,
he might be the one getting rid of the tapes. He might be the one getting rid of all them tapes down there.
He doesn't want.
I never thought about it like that.
Oh man, Kenoy, you were joking about your mom like telling you not to hit guys so hard. Man, based on the highlights I saw you and with the Broncos and the Lions against Reggie Wayne, Chambers, and the Kentucky hit, man, I don't. Did you really pull up when you started playing college in the NFL based on those hits?
No, not really. You know, I wasn't a hard-headed kid, but at the same time, it was like, "Mom, you know what? Hey, I got rent to pay, and this house note that this house I bought you, I got to pay that. So, you know, this is why they brought me here. So I got to keep doing what I do."
We're talking with former Razorback Kenoy Kennedy here on the Morning Rush. Kenoy, one of the things that you probably come to know about Clay Henry is he hates the Texas Longhorns more than anything. And you concluded,
oh, no doubt.
You concluded your career at Arkansas with the dominating 27-6 win over Texas in the Cotton Bowl. What was that like as a Texas guy to finish your career out beating the Longhorns?
You know, all the guys, when we found out we was playing Texas, all the guys in the locker room that was from Texas, you know, we were fired up. You know, we took it personally. You know, took it personal that it's like, hey, you know, not that, you know, all of us wanted to go to Texas or anything, but we took the personal because Texas, the Longhorns were, the school of Texas. If you talk about Texas, the Longhorns was the school to talk about then, So we took it personal, and then come to find out, when you're on campus and you start hearing about the history of the Texas versus Arkansas game, going back to the Southwestern Conference, you kind of buy into the history and what all that game meant. And so, we took it personal. And, when I say we were fired up, especially on defense side, we were fired up. And, to come in and play the way we did against that team, was awesome. And also my fiance, which was my high school sweetheart, my wife, now she was going to school at Texas. So, I tried to get her to come to Arkansas, but her parents wouldn't let her. So that was another little deal that I was like, well, since you didn't want to be a Razorback now, I'm going to take it out on your school.
That's awesome.
It's still together after all these years.
Yeah, we're still together. We're still together.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so now she all the sports teams she wears are the only Razorbacks. She don't own a Longhorn shirt in the house.
That's the way to do it. Kanoy, before we let you go, since we're talking about Texas, Arkansas does get to play the Longhorns in Fayetteville this upcoming season. How excited are you about that game?
Oh man, I'm so excited, and I this is my first time hearing that. So yeah, but that would be awesome. I've had season tickets for the longest, so I try to make as many games as I can. We didn't make any of this past year with all the COVID stuff, but man, that's going to be awesome. And get with some of the guys, man. We talk about those old history and the games that we played back in the day, man. And that'll be awesome.
Well, hopefully what they do this season will be reminiscent of what you guys did to the Longhorns in the 2000 Cotton Bowl. Kanoy Kennedy, former Razorback, former NFL safety for the Denver Broncos and the Detroit Lions. Kanoy, we really appreciate you making some time for us all on the Morning Rush, man.
No doubt. Appreciate you guys.
Thanks, Kanoy. We'll catch up again maybe game week of the Longhorns and the Hogs.
That'll work.
All
and
right.
then we have to.
Thanks, Kanoy.
Bring me some of that fish you catching out there, Clay.
All right, I got it. I got you covered.
We can do that.
Gosh, that was fantastic. I love the his at the time girlfriend and now wife.
Yeah.
That tentacle of the story was phenomenal.
Yeah. Great visit there. Brought to you by Arvest Bank. If you haven't checked your mortgage rate lately, a lot of times people forget about the rate after they've closed the loan. Your friends at Arvest Bank has low competitive rates right now that can save you money every month or take years off of your loan, maybe do both. Call Arvest Bank and find out what they can do for you to save money for you right now. They service 99% of the loans that they originate. Call Randy at 479-573-1127. Tell them you heard about it right here on the Morning Rush. They'll get started on the process for you. That's 479-573-1127. Or download the Home For Me app to your mobile device and search for a Arvest loan officer near you. Arvest Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. We got to get that audio clipped out here, guys, for where he said, hey, Mama said ease up on these guys. They got families to go home to as well. So.
Got mamas. They got mamas, too.
They got mamas, too.
That was great. And by the way, if you didn't get a chance to listen to Kanoy in his entirety, it's going to be up on the Bud Light Seltzer Morning Rush podcast. Really appreciate all you guys at the Hit That Line, whether you're listening here on ESPN Arkansas, hitthatline.com, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Our podcasts are up 818% since 2017. So we really appreciate it.
Just think if Clay was on every day.
I know. That'd be up even more. So
better than Bitcoin.
Want to run through
I got it. Go ahead. I got a good Kanoy Kennedy story, but go ahead.
Table it for just 1 sec because I do want to touch on these Hog things real quick. So Arkansas women's basketball team, they get a victory last night, 84-80. They needed this one coming off 2 straight losses. They had 4 Hogs in double figures, so awesome to see Mike Neighbors' squad get a bounce-back win. Clay, you'll appreciate this. Tyson Morris coming back to school using his extra year of eligibility. Every single player that caught a touchdown last year, Clay, is coming back to campus. That's got to be good for the continuity, and it has to make Kenny Guyton's job a little bit easier.
Yeah, and the quarterbacks, they got to like that too.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll never forget, Tyler Wilson talking about coming back for his senior year, and all at once, all those receivers were gone. the ones that he'd been, Jarius Wright, Joe Adams. And it just changes things. It's just got to, the quarterbacks, that's, you got lots of best friends if you're the quarterback, that left tackle and those offensive linemen. But, man, you got to have somebody that wants to go over the middle for your passes.
You can throw it. Someone's got to catch it.
Exactly right. Arkansas, 30th in the net in rankings for the men's basketball team. Bama's 23. They'll take on the Crimson Tide tomorrow at 2:30. Coverage beginning here on ESPN Arkansas. Hit that line at 2.
All right, those are your quick-hitting headlines brought to you by Arts Barbecue and Burgers. It's Catfish Friday today, so that's the lunch special. The all-you-can-eat catfish special tonight. Don't forget about $1 off all burgers. You can get that tomorrow. They do that every Saturday at Arts. Great place to stop in. Maybe get you a load of barbecue to take home to watch for the games this weekend, whether it's the Arkansas game Saturday, the NFL playoff games both Saturday and Sunday. Arts can get you fixed up for that. Curbside service, you can call ahead at 452-2550 for drive-up service or use the Waiter app and have it brought to you. That's Arts Barbecue and Burgers.
Clay, I do want to hear your Kenoy Kenny story, but we don't have much time left here, so just hold on to that for just 1 second.
You got it.
We'll come back to it on the other side. That was kind of hog update stuff for you. As far as the national sports conversation is the direction it's heading, everyone is talking about today the Jacksonville Jaguars hiring Urban Meyer to be the head football coach of their franchise. You would anticipate that Trevor Lawrence is going to be drafted number 1 overall. I know there's a lot of people speculating, hey, the Ohio State connection, Justin Fields, does he fit Urban's offense better? We'll touch on that a little more. And then also want to continue to just give some credit to where credit's due with Mac Jones based on the season he had, based on sitting out, playing behind Tua Tagovailoa, Jalen Hurts. And we also still have to talk about me reffing for the first time ever tomorrow, which should be a blast.
Yeah, I've got to still teach you how to blow the whistle
I don't
correctly.
want to blow it too loud and blow our listeners' eardrums out. Just trying to be a little soft this morning. But we got a lot more to talk about coming up here on the Morning Rush.
Hey, if you're having constant computer issues in your office and you don't know who to turn to and you don't know what the problem really is it the router? Is it the hardware, the software? Is it malware? Is it viruses? You don't know. Call Managed IT Services. They have a multifaceted approach to fixing all your IT problems, and their support guarantees that everything is going to work at optimum performance. Prevents the small problems from becoming big issues for you and your office. Managed IT Services, 479-802-4978. Call our man Daryl over there. That's 479-802-4978. Technology without the headaches.
Like I said, we got a lot to talk about, so stay with us the rest of the show. Got about 40 minutes left of the Morning Rush. If you want to get in here, it's 877-377-6963.
Just say, Alexa, play ESPN Arkansas.
ESPN Arkansas from TuneIn.
This is Jarius Wright, and you listen to the Morning Rush.
Tommy Kraft here for The Fence Man. Do you own a business that needs more security? Or maybe you just want a better look and more curb appeal? A new fence from The Fence Man can give you both. In business for more than 40 years, The Fence Man can custom install any type of fencing, gates, and controlled access for your business. Call The Fence Man and ask about 18 months same as cash financing with approved credit. 479-782-3936. That's 479-782-3936. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work.
At any of the Clay Maxey companies, it's just an easy, customer-centered experience. We wanted to make it a one-stop shop, so we added Kawasaki and Can-Am and Hustler and Worldline. It's really been a nice add for us. We provide full service. We're doing pickup and delivery. We were able to add the Vexus line, which is a premier bass boat line. We want to make it easy. We want you to visit us at any of the Clay Maxey companies. Clay Maxey Ford and Harrison, Berryville, Motorsports, Marine, or Clay Maxey NWA.
This is the New Year offer you've been waiting for. Say goodbye to contacts, glasses, or bifocals with LASIK or Clear Lens Exchange by Bold Vision in Northwest Arkansas. Mention ESPN for $500 off your LASIK or Clear Lens Exchange procedure. Bold Vision is kicking off the new year by giving one person a free LASIK procedure. Feeling lucky? Enter through the giveaway post at facebook.com/VoldVision. Bold Vision, the official eye care provider of the Arkansas Razorbacks.
Who's ready for a nicer, newer year? I sure am. Hi, folks. Larry Rath here from Rath Auto Resources. 2020 is finally over, and I'm ready to celebrate with terrific savings on a huge inventory of Rath Road Ready vehicles. each one hand-picked and inspected in our Meineke Car Care Center. If you're waiting on your tax refund, come in today. Our Tax Max program can get you access to your money now. Owe more than your trade is worth? My transparent trade appraisal process can help with that by getting you up to $3,150 extra for your trade. Got past credit problems? My For the People credit approval process can get you approved and driving your nicer, newer car today. If you're keeping the car you have, let us take care of it for you in our Meineke Car Care Center with a basic oil change starting at just $24.95, half off brakes, and buy 3 get 1 free on all tires. Start your nicer, newer year in a nicer, newer car from Arkansas's favorite used car dealer, Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center. A better way to drive. 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, or online at rathauto.com.
Whether it's a game day, a holiday, an office function, or your family lunch or dinner, Whole Hog Cafe in Fort Smith is ready to serve you their award-winning barbecue and sides. Call either of the Whole Hog Fort Smith locations on Borough Road or Phoenix Avenue, or go online to wholehogfortsmith.com and check out their buddy packs and party packs. Both Whole Hog locations are open with limited seating until further notice. They're open 11 till 6 Tuesday through Saturday. Experience award-winning barbecue and sides at Whole Hog Cafe today.
Hi, I'm Kelly Smith, owner of Dixie Digital Imaging. Would printing from your phone or tablet make your life easier? Are you emailing files to yourself so that you can print them from your desktop or laptop? The Xerox VersaLink and AltaLink lines of network printers and multifunction printers will natively print using your phone's built-in capabilities. Apple AirPrint and Google Cloud Printing just work. To order yours today, give us a call at 783-6600 or visit dixiedigital.com. Dixie Digital Imaging, bringing document innovations to the River Valley.
Divorce is never easy. Many times problems continue to arise long after the divorce is over. If you are dealing with a high conflict custody or visitation issue, you need an attorney that handles those specific type of cases. Call the attorneys at Kevin Hickey Law Partners for immediate assistance with your situation. Kevin Hickey Law Partners, able to handle high conflict custody cases all over the state of Arkansas and other states. Check out kevinhickeylaw.com or call 479-434-2414 in Fort Smith and 479-802-6560 in Northwest Arkansas.
Head to toe, it's gotta be Gelco for hard work and the great outdoors.
With quality and price and comfort you like, and savings that you're looking for.
We've got the shoes and boots, steel toes too, outerwear and a whole lot more.
Head to toe, it's gotta be Gelco
for hard work and the great outdoors.
Largemouth bass will be spawning soon at ponds and lakes all over Arkansas and Oklahoma. One of the best lures to catch them on at this time is the famous Yum Dinger. We make them by the truckloads in Fort Smith in 3, 4, 5, and 6 inch sizes, and they are in tackle boxes of bass anglers all over the U.S. and all over the world. Wacky rigging the 5-inch model can't be beat for spawning bass. Available at Walmart, Bass Pro Shops, Academy, LureNet.com, and tackle stores all over the place. The Yum Dinger.
Do you need help with your next project? Metters Lumber True Value is here to help. A family-owned business since 1936, the staff has more than 90 years of experience in construction and the hardware business. If they don't have what you need, they know how to get it, and they are more than happy to accommodate your special order. So whether it's building a new deck, a paint project around the house, or needing a new set of tools, Metters Lumber True Value has everything you need. With locations in Alma, Ozark, and Clarksville, and you can shop online at metterslumber.com. Metters Lumber True Value.
ESPN 95.3. The Morning Rush with Ty Richardson and Tommy Crabb.
Running. Metters, touchdown, Arkansas. Mercy. I'll tell you one thing, he didn't catch that ball 2 inches off the ground.
All your favorite podcasts in one place. The Hit That Line Podcast Network. Just search Hit That Line wherever you listen to podcasts.
Welcome back into the Morning Rush. Had a great conversation with former Ridgeback Kenoy Kennedy last segment. Clay's got a good story he's going to tell you guys coming up in just a sec. If you missed the full interview, check it out at hitthatline.com or wherever you listen to podcasts. And you also need to check out what's going on at Rath Auto Resources right now. Ain't that right, Larry?
Absolutely right. You know, it's new year, new ride at Rath Auto Resources, and folks, we're making it easy. Extra money for your trade, up to $3,150 extra at Rath Auto Resources for that trade-in, folks. That gets you out of that car and into something nicer, newer, and driving better with great service, after the sale in the Meineke Car Care Center as well. So we've got a big selection of cars, trucks, SUVs. You know, finding a good selection of used cars has been tough over the last few months. We've got them, folks. All the most popular makes and models right here in one spot. Rath Mitsubishi in Springdale. Big specials going on there, too, up to $3,500 off of the Outlander Sport. Great vehicle. If you haven't seen that, go online, look at that vehicle, go to our website. Folks, that's just a great-looking car. It gets everything done for you with great gas mileage, very affordable, and, you know, America's best warranty with a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty on that car. So a great selection of Mitsubishis as well, and the great selection of Rath road-ready used cars there at the Rath Mitsubishi in Springdale. You know, we've stocked up, getting ready for a big run early this year, and we're going to make that easy for you folks with extra for your trade, big discounts on our pre-owned inventory as well as our new car inventory. So come and see us this weekend. Save yourself some money at Rath Auto Resources in Fort Smith, Rath Mitsubishi in Springdale, or check out our Meineke Car Care Centers at either location. Check us out online at rathauto.com.
All right, Rath Auto Resources, Fort Smith and Springdale, the place to be this weekend. Larry, have a good one. We'll talk next week.
You too, guys. Y'all have a good one. And folks, come and see us.
Clay, thank you for patiently waiting. I'm really intrigued by this this Kenoy Kennedy story.
Well, there's really two stories. One of them involves Tommy, it was at the Belk Bowl, Tommy, and I think we had a dinner at City Barbecue.
Yeah.
I think you were there.
Yeah.
That we went, and I think I did one of the things I've always wanted to do. I just told our waitress we wanted one of everything or two of everything, depending on what it was. And it was me, you, Bo, and Bart, I think.
You're right.
And they filled up the table with barbecue. And, you know, I'm not North Carolina barbecue isn't my favorite. I much prefer Memphis or Kansas City or St. Louis.
The vinegar sauce isn't quite our
vinegar
style.
sauce, yeah, but it still was the sides and everything. It was an incredible meal. So and I think we had another meal maybe down there, Tommy, and it was a chance that I really got to know Tommy away from work, and it was good. And we didn't do anything crazy, nothing. You know, it was just good fun and broke bread. And then the final night there, I guess it was the night before the game. Bo did a remote at Whiskey River, which is a dance bar, country western dance bar, where they're doing a lot of line dancing.
Ooh.
And, we did the show, and once I look up, and there is Eddie Jackson and Kenoy Kennedy. And when we finished the show, Bart and Bo and Eddie got up there doing line dancing, and Kenoy just grabbed me by his shoulder, and his wife was there with him as well, and she's just gorgeous. He didn't say this, but she was a cheerleader at Terrell, and really a beautiful lady. And Kenoy told her, says, "You just a minute," says, "There's something that I've been wanting to do for a long, long time." And he took me to the bar and started buying me Jameson shots.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, Kenoy, I don't drink hard liquor. I'm not going to do it. And he put those steely eyes on me and his hand on my shoulder, and he says, "Are you turning down Kenoy Kennedy buying you a drink?" And so I thought, well, I can kind of sneak out of here with one, right?
Yeah.
And so we finished that one, and I kind of turned to go back to my table, and he just put his clamps on my shoulder. He says, "Clay, we're just getting started." and I don't know how I got home that night. I really don't.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that Bart and Bo, we just walked across the street to the hotel, but I have no idea how I got back to my room. And the next morning, I mean, a hangover after a bunch of Jameson is a rough thing. I'm just telling you. And it may not be as rough as the way he hit that guy from Wiley, but I felt like I'd been hit. And Kenoy's like, "I've been wanting to do this for a long time, Clay. I love you, man." So it's just like, what do you do? It was
hey, with
what I
friends
remember
like that,
what I remember of that night. We had a lot of fun. We did not do any line dancing. We let those other boys stay out there. Eddie Jackson can flat out line dance, I'm telling you.
And cook some barbecue.
So Bart and Bo, not so much.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he can cook.
Well, the
he
more
can cook
Jameson,
anything.
the more Jameson you drink, the better dancer you become. That's my.
No, I would have
better
fallen
looking
down.
you become, too.
I would have fallen down.
That's what I told myself when
the
I
line would have gone one way and I'd have gone the other way.
I think your story, Clay, as we wrap it up here, begs the question: what former Razorback or current Razorback would you like to slug some Jameson with? We'll answer that on the other side of the break.
Hey, this weekend, get by the Catfish Kitchen in Van Buren. New year with some new changes, new menu. They're going family style, all you can eat. So catfish, chicken tenders, fried shrimp. They'll just keep bringing all of it with fries and all the fixings for $22.95. So you and the family load up catfish, chicken tenders. Hey, everybody likes a little bit of different things. Well, you get it all at the Catfish Kitchen, $22.95. And you can add crab legs for an additional $20. Plus, they still have the 2- and 4-piece dinners available if you're not really all that hungry. So if you're looking for an all-you-can-eat destination, it's at the Catfish Kitchen. They're open Thursday, Friday, and Saturday 11 to 8, Sunday 11 to 3 at the top of Logtown Hill in Van Buren, right across from the police station. That's the Catfish Kitchen.
What former Razorback would you like to slug some Jameson with? That's next on the Morning Rush.
Just say, Alexa, play ESPN Arkansas.
ESPN Arkansas from TuneIn.
This is former Razorback kicker Zach Hawker. You're listening to the Morning Rush.
Just watching her blonde hair, sunburned, stare at them white caps rolling over.
The best deals on hot tubs and endless pools in Fort Smith and Northwest Arkansas is at Burton Pools and Spas. Achieve your health and wellness goals in 2021 with a fantasy spa starting at just $28.95 with 28 selections to choose from. Or the Endless Pool Fitness Systems. They give you boundless fitness with swimming year-round. Delivered, installed, and ready to use from Burton Pools and Spas. Burton Pools and Spas in Fort Smith and in Northwest Arkansas. Burton Pools and Spas, your source for backyard fun.
The Toyota Tundra and Toyota Tacoma. Load them up with all your favorite stuff.
Don't forget those sleeping bags.
And take off on your next epic weekend. Toyota trucks are made to go anywhere.
Hey, help me with these ATVs.
And do all the things you love doing.
Got one.
And when your day winds down, one thing is for sure. What a day.
Let's come back next weekend.
Absolutely nothing sounds better than an amazing weekend made possible by the virtually indestructible Toyota Tundra and Tacoma.
Qualified buyers can get 0% APR financing for 60 months or a total bonus of $2,500 on a new 2021 Toyota Tundra Special Edition. Toyota, let's go places. Visit buyatoyota.com for details. Offers available in select states and N2121.
Your locally owned TGI Fridays in Fort Smith is now open for dine-in, curbside to go, and delivery for both lunch and dinner, 7 days a week. TGI Fridays is taking your safety seriously, following every guideline. Enjoy Fridays favorites like appetizers, burgers, sandwiches, salads, all the great Fridays, signature entrees, kids meals, and great desserts. TGI Fridays, now open for dine-in, curbside to go, and delivery. Call 479-484-0906. That's 484-0906. Or order online at Fridays.com. Your locally owned TGI Fridays at I-540 in Rogers and Fort Smith.
Tired of constant computer issues at work? And who knows what the real problem is? Is it the router? No, it's the hardware. Wait, they said it was the software. Call Hashtag Managed IT Services. Their multifaceted approach to IT support guarantees that everything is working at optimum performance. And Hashtag prevents the small problems from becoming big issues. Hashtag Managed IT Services in Van Buren. 479-802-4978. That's 479-802-4978. Hashtag Technology without the headache.
Happy New Year from Frank Rowe Furniture. Frank Rowe Furniture thanks all of our customers for your business in 2020. We wish everyone a prosperous new year and may God bless each and every one of you. At Frank Rowe Furniture, we strive to please our customers and carry as many made in the USA brands as possible. We are family owned and have served the River Valley since 1997. We will be praying that everyone has a blessed new year in 2021. Happy New Year from Frank Rowe Furniture. Best seats in the house.
Do you have sleep apnea? Are you tired of dealing with a CPAP every night? The noise, the constant cleaning. Your wife telling you she can't take the noise anymore. Dr. Bo Sparkman at Family Dental Care of Fort Smith can help you with sleep apnea with a custom dental appliance that allows you to get rid of that annoying CPAP. Dr. Sparkman has years of experience and has treated hundreds of patients just like you. Call for your appointment today. 785-1419. That's 785-1419. Get rid of your CPAP with Family Dental Care of Fort Smith.
Did you know that you can get your car serviced or repaired without ever leaving your house? All you have to do is call Jody's Auto Service Center at 479-649-3399. Jody's will pick up your vehicle, service or repair it for you, and return it fully disinfected to your driveway. Pickup and delivery is free for jobs $75 or more. Jobs less than $75 can be picked up and returned for a $10 fee. Let Jody's Auto Service Centers handle all your service and vehicle repair needs. Call 479-649-3399. Jody's Auto Service Center.
Have you ever been to River City Bistro for a brunch on the weekends? Every Saturday and Sunday. River City is open at 10 a.m. with a special brunch menu. Eggs and omelets any way you like. Premium bacon, sausage and ham, waffles, eggs Benedict, and a great drink menu featuring mimosas, Bloody Marys, and all your brunch favorites. We will see you for brunch every Saturday and Sunday starting at 10 a.m. at River City Bistro, 7320 Rogers Avenue in the Stonewood Village Shopping Center.
Locally owned Lumber One can handle all of your building needs. They've built their business on having great relationships with everybody from contractors and builders to the everyday build-it-yourself. Lumber One is a full-line door shop to handle all of your door, window, and trim needs. And along with lumber, roofing and drywall products, attic wall and floor insulation is available. Lumber One also does blueprint takeoff with access to design services with estimates available. So go where the pros go. Lumber One, located on Industrial Park Road in Van Buren.
Harry Robinson Buick GMC has over 200 pre-owned vehicles to choose from luxury to economy and everything in between, including over 50 great vehicles with payments under $250 a month, certain to fit your needs and your budget. And at Harry Robinson Buick GMC, you always get more for your trade. 50 vehicles with payments under $250 a month at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off I-540 in Fort Smith.
ESPN 95.3.
Good morning to the Morning Rush, everybody.
Smith drives, speed from Sills. Justin throws it down.
Follow the show on Twitter at HitThatLineAR and on Facebook and Instagram at HitThatLine.
Last segment on a Friday edition on the Morning Rush. If you want to pop in here real quick in this final segment of the week, feel free to at 877-377-6963. We're trying to figure out what former Razorback you'd want to drink with. We'll wrap up what we've been talking about today, and then we'll answer that question coming up here on the program.
If you got some fishing on your mind for the weekend, if you're headed for some cold water bass fishing this weekend, whether it's Beaver Lake, Table Rock, down around Hot Springs at one of those beautiful lakes, or Norfolk or Bull Shoals, man, we got some great spots in the natural state and just right around Arkansas. Stop in at Walmart, Bass Pro Shops, Academy, go to lurenet.com or your great local tackle stores and pick up the Smithwick Original Suspending Rattling Rogue, made right here in Arkansas by Pradco. This will help you catch them and catch them fast. It is a famous rolling action that's designed in this thing that's keeps it extremely slow, or whether you're working it fast in a current, this rogue suspends in the water and keeps it in the strike zone longer, allowing you to catch more fish. Again, Walmart, Bass Pro Shops, Academy, and lurenet.com, and at tackle stores all over the place. That's the Smithwick Original Suspending Rattling Rogue.
So we've been discussing what's going on with Urban Meyer. Here was him following the 2019 bowl win.
Never is a very big word. What are the chances we'll never see you lead another team out of a tunnel?
I don't believe that's going to happen. If I'm going to enjoy it tonight, I don't believe I'm going to coach again.
Guys, technically, most NFL coaches don't lead their players out of the tunnel. So technically, he wasn't 100% fibbing there. But if you haven't heard this morning, Urban Meyer is the new head coach for the Jacksonville Jaguars, and it is taking the media landscape by storm on a Friday morning.
Yeah, and what kind of success is he going to have?
Great question.
Is the success that we've seen him have in college going to replicate or duplicate in the pros? It hasn't work that way. We brought up that, there's Jimmy Johnson, there's Barry Switzer, and there's Pete Carroll that were head coaches that won national championships in college and won the Super Bowl. Now, does he have to win the Super Bowl to say it's a success, that it was the right move, that it wasn't a failure? Of course not. And Clay, you brought up earlier, there's a lot of guys that were great assistants, great coordinators or position coaches in college that it went on to win Super Bowls. Joe Gibbs was the name you brought up. So just because you didn't win a national title in college doesn't mean you didn't have it in the NFL either. So sometimes that stat can be a little bit misleading just because
Skewed.
There's three great Hall of Famers there with, Pete Carroll will get there, but Jimmy Johnson, Barry Switzer, and Pete Carroll. So,
well, it's a different time. The salary cap is now, if I read this right, he's got a lot of room under the cap going there, right?
$100 million.
$100 million, yeah.
Clay.
Yeah.
A lot of money.
That'll be enough to get a quarterback. Yeah, he's going to gobble a lot of it up with Trevor Lawrence, though. That's probably what, $30 million right off the bat.
I don't remember what rookies are making off the bat. I'd have to dig up
the number one pick. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
That's a good point. So that's a good question. I don't have the answer for you, Clay, when it comes to that. But I
don't think you're far off, though, Clay.
That conversation is going to be fascinating, and we'll get to discuss it a little more fall. It's not going to be determined after 1 year, but I am excited to see at least what shakes out down there. Speaking of the NFL, you do have some NFL divisional rounds this weekend. Packers and Rams at Lambeau. Ravens and Bills in Buffalo, Browns and Chiefs in KC, and then the Bucs traveling to New Orleans to take on the Saints. Guys, of the games I just listed, which one are you most excited to watch?
Oh, that Bucs and Saints game, just because of the star power of the quarterbacks, that one's hard to pass up and not watch, because you may be watching Drew Brees for the last time. I don't think you'll be watching Brady win or lose for the last time, but I know they're not on the field at the same time, but Clay, how often are you going to see a matchup of two quarterbacks of this caliber? I know they're not in their primes, but
it's on the History Channel, by the way.
This is the third time that was a pretty good joke. The fourth time it's starting to lose its effect. But this is two Hall of Famers going at it. It's how do you not watch this game?
Yeah, this is the point in the NFL season that I start to get interested. I won't pay any attention to it. I mean, just kind of on the periphery. I mean, but at this point, the teams that are left mainly have good quarterbacks. You could argue the Rams are an exception to that. But if you look around and you see Baltimore, Buffalo, Cleveland, just you keep going on down the list. Green Bay, Kansas City, New Orleans, Tampa. I mean, there's going to be some fun quarterbacks, and that's what the NFL game is to me. It's the quarterbacks, and I really am interested to see how the Buffalo quarterback, because he's looked like the real deal this year, and it's got playmaking. In fact, when I
barely
watch Buffalo,
survived though against the Colts.
That's a great point.
I know. But when I watch Buffalo play, they remind me of the Chiefs, with the weapons that they have for their quarterback.
Better defense.
Ability, good wide receivers, good running backs.
Mm-hmm. Cole Beasley's been really solid this year with the tandem of him and Stephon Diggs. Diggs getting traded for Minnesota, which they used for Justin Jefferson. It's paid off for both teams. Speaking of quarterbacks, Clay, we talked a little Mac Jones this morning. He declared for the NFL draft yesterday. Now, Ryan Hot Springs made the statement earlier in the program that he actually liked Mac more than Justin and Trevor Lawrence at the next level. We'll have to wait and see on that, but this is a guy sat behind Tua, sat behind Jalen, and won a national championship because he stuck it out. You don't see a lot of that today in today's day and age.
He's playing in pretty much what I think is a pro offense, and I think that's going to translate good for Mac. And he has gotten so good at the deep ball. I mean, you watch him throw the deep passes, and he doesn't miss. And I think a lot of that was lost. I mean, it's his ability to throw all of the various passes was just tremendous. Soft touch. I will not be surprised if he does well at the next level. I mean, and I wouldn't have said this at this point last year. I thought he was, just a guy that was going to get you through a game in college. But he looks like a next level quarterback. And who knows? And he's played in a system with great players all around him and has not had to face any struggles. Now we don't know what that's going to be like if he's with a weak team.
My first impression of Mac Jones was he's going to be a John Parker Wilson, a Greg McElroy, a Jake Coker, and A.J. McCarron, a game manager, guy that doesn't lose you games. He turned out to be more like Tua and Joe Burrow based on this season.
Yeah, he's better than that. Yeah, in the deep pass is the difference maker in his ability to throw that thing. And, of course, he had guys open, but he hit them every time. He never missed.
Very accurate. Speaking of Alabama, you do get Alabama tomorrow in basketball, 2:30 start time, 2 o'clock pregame coverage beginning here, ESPN Arkansas. HitThatLine.com. We talked about earlier, the majority of us think Arkansas is going to cover.
On a made-up line that we created.
Fabricated.
Because there is no line out.
Yeah, I mean, it's going
to see how close we are.
It's going to come down to if Quiverly, Bruner, and Herb Jones, if they're playing or not. I mean, that could be 3 guys.
I hope they're better next week.
They need to show
I hope
up.
they're real healthy next week.
We'll see what happens. Yeah. Last thing we've been discussing this morning is for those who haven't heard, I will be reffing my first basketball game tomorrow. I play pickup on Tuesdays and Thursdays locally here in Fort Smith, and we were asked yesterday if someone would be willing to ref. I thought it's going to be.
What made you volunteer?
I'll tell you 3 reasons. 1, I need to volunteer more. This is kind of my Good Samaritan gesture of the week, maybe the year. We'll see. 2, it's good exercise. I was going to wake up early and work out, not. And 3, like Clay with Kenoy Kennedy, it gives me an excuse to crack a 12:30 beer and not feel bad about myself following these games.
Well, you're a single man at 26 years old now, and these are going to be first-grade girls. I mean, this might be an opportunity for you to meet a single lady there tomorrow.
That's a good point.
So be careful about what parent you throw out tomorrow.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind. I think it's going to go that listen, you're not going to hear any of this. It's going to be
that
pure
might be
bliss.
the nicest thing you hear from the stands at a girls' club.
And I feel so empowered with this whistle, but as I learned from
already going to your head.
As I learned from Uncle Ben and Spider-Man.
Remember, with great power comes great responsibility.
I have to remember that when I'm out on the floor and I have the ability to toss someone out at any moment I please tomorrow.
I don't think they quite give you that power game 1.
That's what the rule book says. It says I can toss out.
Have you seen a rule book and B, read a rule book?
I was going to be giving it tomorrow at 8:30, 15 minutes before the game.
Yeah. Well prepared, I see.
This is going to be, I think it's going to be highly entertaining. I think.
Ty, have you ever been hit by a purse?
Have I ever been hit by a purse? Yes, in college once or twice.
Yeah, well, there's nothing like an 180-pound mama with a purse. Yeah. Just remember that.
In a wind-up,
Yeah.
Titus in Witcherfield says that maybe I'll understand the side of college football referees now.
Yeah. Well, just remember, somebody very quickly in the game will fall down, cry, or bleed.
No blood, no foul.
No. If there's somebody out there,
there may not be an explanation for how any of those 3 things happened, and they may happen simultaneously.
Okay. Well, hopefully.
You may call a foul, and they may just start crying.
Yeah.
Then what are you going to do? You've called a foul on Susie here, and she just starts crying because you called a foul on her.
And the rest of the team is, who made Susie cry? That guy. That guy right over there.
The striped shirt made her cry.
I got to figure out how I'm going to do with my hair. I think the headband's the wise move. I mean, I can't get this thing in my eyes because that will deter my vision of making the correct call. I guess that's why you don't see any refs with long hair. That amongst other reasons.
Are you good on legal guarding position? Have I got you coached up on that?
I'll just call it as I see it.
The block charge will get you. The block charge will get you.
Okay. Let's answer this question real quick that I teased. We got to do this fast. 10 seconds or less. Jenkins, you can hop on this too. Favorite former Razorback or current Razorback you like to drink with? I'll say Jerry Jones.
Clint Sterner.
Because Jerry Jones is paying for it. Clint would be a great one. He'd like those silver bullets. Tommy, where'd you go? Where would you go on this?
Matt Jones would be hard to turn down.
That's who B.E. in Clarksville, Razorback from Central Arkansas, and Greg in Fort Smith also agree with you with. Clay, real quick.
Well, I mean, I've already done it. I mean, Kenoy Kennedy would be pretty good.
Kenoy, based on the experience that you guys had, I'd say that's not bad. We got one more. Jody and Harrison says Jimmy Johnson. That might be another good one. So
Oh, he would be good. Yeah.
that'd be another one.
No question.
I've cracked a few cold ones with Clint when he was doing the show with us. That when he starts holding court, that can be fun.
Clint's a good guy. I like Clint a lot. Got a text out of 479 says Blake Edens would be another. Blake would be a fun guy. So former Razorback basketball player.
Yeah, I mean, Corey Beck would be mine if I was going to pick a basketball player.
That's a good one too.
I would want to roll with Corey. You know, it just he's one of my favorites. Yep.
Well, I'm just going to say we're not going to lack content on Monday if you guys actually make it out and watch the attendance.
We'll be there with cameras on.
Got Razorback basketball.
Not bells
to talk
on,
about.
cameras on.
All right, everyone have a fantastic weekend. We'll talk on Monday.
RV show pricing is arriving early at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV wants to invite you to skip the lines and the crowds this year and shop the industry's best brands at Northwest Arkansas's premier RV dealer, and with a lifetime warranty, RV storage, and a mobile service shuttle.